Greetings! Welcome to Act Natural, the D&D podcast where players from across the world explore two sister campaigns set in the same homebrew world. This week's episode features the Wild Cards. To get the latest updates, find us on Facebook with our name Act Natural, or follow us on Twitter at ActNatural_D&D. Now, on to the show. Last time on our adventure, the party was beginning a night of revelry in Dunalin. Alexander and Vesper headed into the streets to test out the magic cards on unsuspecting townsfolk. After turning a drunk halfling into an older version of himself and making a gold dragonborn completely disappear, they, along with Liberté, walked back to the hungry halfling. Taz surveyed the bar until the group came back, quickly demanding the cards from Alexander upon return. After going up to bed, the group could not find Jacques, who had supposedly been asleep for some time. After some frantic searching, Alexander found him passed out on the fire escape. Alexander also attuned to his new hat, the Hat of Disguise. The next day, the group set about to complete their business before the upcoming festival. Visiting the trading post, a general store, they met a green dragonborn, and the group made a variety of purchases. Alexander, upon exiting, attempted to alleviate Vesper's growing concern that they had killed the golden dragonborn the night before by taking on his visage, only to forget that he was holding his cat in the process. They then approached Alchemical Infusions, a curious store which sold health tonics. Though several members were interested in buying, Taz's casting of a spell infuriated the owner, and they were kicked out. The group then met with the tailor and leatherworker before turning their eyes to other business. Vesper, Alexander, and Jacques found a jobs pole and were intrigued by a plight from a halfling named Jenny, whose goods for the festival had been stolen. Jumping into the case, the party found a number of clues and were soon suspicious of the town guards. Eventually, the group split up to gather more information from Ginny, and while Taz, Vesper, and Jacques were preoccupied, Liberté and Alexander took matters into their own hands. They approached the guardhouse, where the watchmen were immediately suspicious. Liberté eventually managed to escape, while Alexander attempted to change his form and pretend to be a guard. The crowd saw him, and Alexander took off down the street. Eventually, he was cornered by a guard, leading to an immediate confrontation. And that is where we pick up.
I mean, Liberté wasn't that far away, was he? Like, he was only...
He is probably at least 100 feet away.
Okay, that's fair.
You are not that close to each other. Alexander, let's go ahead and roll initiative.
We got the same roll. Hey, 14.12.
No, the guard got 14. You got a 23.
Oh, well, suck it, guard.
Okay. Alexander, you are up first. The guard has moved in, pulled out his short sword. What are you doing?
Oh, man. I've had so long to think about this. What form am I currently in? I'm trying to remember. I'm in the guard form, right?
Yes, you currently appear as you are a guard, but he has, through your words, determined that you are likely the suspect he is looking for.
Okay, I'll turn towards him and I'll sort of realize what he's getting up to, and I will just use the dodge action for this turn, just to sort of see what he's up to, because I'm not 100% sure if he's going to try and give me a whack just yet. So, that's it.
Okay. You take the dodge action. I assume you're staying where you are?
Staying where I am, and I'll leave Charles where he is too, sort of just like waiting in the alleyway for his turn as well.
Okay. Comes to the guard's turn. He is going to try and grapple you, so this is a contested strength check.
Oh, that's not my thing. That's not good. Let's see what happens.
Technically, it's an athletics check.
Oh, okay, cool.
Are you proficient in athletics?
No.
Okay,
but...
so it's an 11.
Hey!
The guard rolls a 1. Great start.
That's alright. I'm slippery.
So the dodge action, you are there waiting for his attack. The guard lunges forward, and you are able, as he lunges forward, he goes off balance. You kind of just put your hand on his face and push him to the side, and he just poof, falls flat onto the ground on his stomach. He is prone.
Oh, man. Dude, I know you're scared, but don't try and hug me.
I'm going to say that's his entire turn because that's a 1. Alexander, you're up.
Alright,
So would I be any closer now?
You are getting closer, yes. I will let you know if you appear.
Okay, but I'm going like a normal walking speed because I'm in the crowd, so it's not like I'm sprinting to help.
Exactly.
okay. Well, I've noticed that this hasn't exactly gone as planned for some reason. So, I will just whip out my rapier and... Can I have Charles go and jump on him and give me the help action for advantage?
Yes, you can. I'm saying familiars go on the same turn, so yes,
Yeah,
you can.
so-
You can move Charles and have him go at his face to give you advantage on what you're trying to
Yeah,
do.
that's what I was thinking. So yeah, we'll go for that, and I'll give him. I will attack with. Let's go Booming Blade.
Okay, you have advantage anyway because he's prone, so you don't technically need Charles to get advantage.
Okay, well then I'll not use the cat because I really don't want to get him killed. So.
Okay, go ahead and roll your attack.
Cast at what level? Cantrip? Just 0, I guess. I don't know. I guess it's just a normal attack then, and just apply it.
Yeah. So you make a melee attack at
Yeah.
advantage.
Oh,
And then if it hits. Okay, go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll again. We'll see if it hits, or if it's crit. Sorry, because that hits.
fantastic. All right, so it's a 22 then.
Yes, 22 does hit. Let me make sure I'm understanding the spell. Yes, if it moves. Okay. So you come down with your rapier right into his side, kind of in between his ribs. He screams out in pain. You do 7 points of piercing damage. That
Yep.
is your action. What else are you doing?
Well, I can't inspire myself. We've been over that. I'll take sort of 2 squares back, so I'll just move to, 10 meters away or 10 feet away? It's not 10 meters. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll step away from him just because I got Booming Blade. And I'll be like, wow, you're the first person to see through it. Good job.
He is going to make a strike out at you at disadvantage because he's prone
That's fine.
for his opportunity attack.
Mhm.
So let me roll that. No, that misses with a what would that be? Yeah, that's a 4. That misses.
Okay, yeah,
All
I
right.
can see why that might miss.
Yep. So that's part of your movement. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay. Now comes to the guard's turn. He is going to stand up. And he is going to move to you, so that activates Booming Blade.
Yep.
Go ahead and roll your
How
thunder
much is-
damage.
D8? Or
Yes, D8 thunder damage.
I'll just roll that. Hey, 7. That's pretty good.
So he stands up, sees you. He's kind of holding the wound with one hand. Starts running to you, and as soon as he starts to run, Liberté, you and everyone in the crowd hears a loud, thunderous boom coming from the alleyway where Alexander went down.
Actually, I want to say, just as he's about to get up, I'm like, dude, I wouldn't recommend that. And then as he starts moving, I'm like, told ya.
All right. So that is 7 points of thunder damage to the guard. And then he is going to move in and attempt to strike you.
Such life. Ooh,
7 to hit.
no.
Comes down with the short sword, not trying to grapple you this time because you attacked him. He comes through, and you are able to just parry it away with your own blade.
I feel bad now.
Yeah. and as he does that, he starts screaming, "Gods, help! Assistance needed!"
Oh, man.
It's going
I don't have
well.
much time to deal with that, though.
Your turn.
Alright. Is Liberté moved in any closer, or...?
He is getting progressively closer. You don't see him.
Okay, cool. That's what I'm checking, pretty much.
Yeah, you actually do see there does seem to be a crowd of individuals who are now starting to gather at the end of this alleyway and are starting to watch this fight happen.
Oh, man. And I'm still a guard, though, aren't I?
Correct.
Okay. Damn. I'm gonna use my action to sort of look over to the other people that are coming up, and I'm gonna say, this guard attacked me out of nowhere. He's working for a criminal organization. So someone go and get help straight away.
Make a persuasion check.
Hey, I'm pretty good at that. Don't know how it'll actually help me, but that's fine. Is it performance or persuasion?
Persuasion.
Worth a shot. That's not bad. 16.
Okay, you shout it.
Sick. Can't complain.
They seem to hear you. You don't know what's going to happen. That's
All
your
right.
action. You have your movement and your bonus action.
Can't really move away from him because he'll attack me. So, bonus actions, what have I got? I don't have much in terms of attacking. I could use identify. No, I don't have the thing. What is this? Let's take a look. No, that's an action. Okay, no, that's pretty much it, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
All right. Now that he's into combat with you and he's missed with his short sword, he's going to attempt to grapple you again.
Ah, man. I should stop letting him do that.
So go ahead and make an athletics check.
Yep.
Actually, I should say this is athletics or acrobatics.
Oh, thank God.
My fault initially.
Yeah, cool.
It's athletics on my end.
That's good, because I got +7 in that one, so that's good.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I got a nat 20.
Yeah. Natural 20 versus an 8, total of 27.
Yes.
He goes to grab for you again, and you just slip right out of his hands.
I'm just playing up the performance for these guys. I'm like, he's just so incompetent. Like, come on.
Okay. As he misses you, you kind of give a smirk and kind of look down towards the people in the crowd to see if they're going to do anything for you, and you actually see 2 more guards appear.
Ah, shit.
This is going great.
Yeah, this is going about as well as I would have expected it, so that's fine.
Liberté, the guards are about 50 feet ahead of you. They haven't been sprinting towards this. You are still walking, so you still have a little bit of time before you get to this scene.
So, for the rest of us, would we have heard the thunder?
Yes. At this point, you have heard some sort of commotion beginning. I will say you are leaving Ginny, about to walk back towards Liberté and Alexander, and you hear some sort of commotion start, and then a few seconds later, boom! A loud thunderous sound.
But they're probably like 300 feet away or something, right?
Yes, they are quite a ways away.
Yeah.
So you can tell something's going on, but you don't know what it is.
Yeah, I wouldn't have any need to rush or know of any need to rush, so we'd probably be walking towards it
Yeah.
just to see what was going on.
That's fine.
We were like by the guard house last time, and we like saw like all the commotion that was going on there. That's where I thought we were last time.
At the end of the last session, you all were having your conversation with Ginny while
Okay.
all of the craziness with Alexander and Liberté was happening.
Right. We were on our way through the back alleys to get to the guardhouse.
And then,
yeah.
So we would
Yeah.
still be in that alley waiting.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm saying that as you were leaving Ginny, that's when this is happening. Because
Oh.
this didn't, in retrospect, this didn't take as long as your conversation did. So I'm saying that they waited a few minutes and then went. So as you're ending your conversation, that's when this whole scenario is starting.
Okay, got it.
So you all are still in that central kind of open plaza area where the dancing stage is. But all of the people around you, most of them have either stopped working or are just standing and kind of gawking at the sound and the commotion that is coming from the main thoroughfare.
Okay. So I turn to Vesper and Jacques and say, well, we should go and see if we can give the town a hand. That doesn't sound so good.
Agreed.
Damn, they're gonna try and kill me too.
We're just
All right.
To explain why I'm not speeding up is that I'm not in disguise anymore, and I had used a message cantrip last time to ask him where he was, and he didn't answer. So my assumption is that he's either got it under control or they've already captured him. So I'm just keeping the pace.
You'll find out soon enough.
Yeah, I will.
All right, Alexander, it's back to your turn.
Just out of interest, the two guards that showed up, are either of them the one that I'm masquerading as? Important distinction, because you said that I saw them.
Let's find out. No,
Okay,
neither
cool.
one.
That opens up a few options, not many. I'll be honest.
That was a 96 on a D100, folks.
Yeah, I know. I could have done so much better with that. I could have actually used that for something good instead of this. Man, what have I got? Let's just... What are the actions that the cat has? Probably not anything super useful.
to meow.
Oh, yes. Of course.
Yes. To meow, and Charles can only do the help action. He cannot attack, cannot do anything of that sort. I will say, over the two attacks that you have done on the guard, between your rapier attack and the booming blade, he is looking a little hurt.
Yeah. Okay, I'll stab at him again, and I'll use another booming blade, because that went so well last time.
All right, make an attack roll.
And I'll get advantage with Charles as well. I'll have him just sort of run up and start climbing on him.
Okay, you can go ahead and move him.
Yep.
So Charles sprints up, starts running up the back of his leg, starts clawing into his back. Frickin' cat! You have advantage on this strike.
Hell yeah. So yep, I will go rapier attack. Ooh, ugh. Ouch. That was
11
10 and
misses.
11.
Yep.
Damn.
You thrust your rapier forward, and it just right off his armor, glances off, no effect.
Alright, I'll look to Charles and I'll just be like, sorry buddy, and I'll start running, full movement as far as I can, down this way, if possible.
Okay. As his opportunity attack, he's going to try to grapple you again.
Shoot.
Okay, sure.
So that's an acrobatics or athletics versus his athletics.
Can you do a opportunity attack grapple?
It's considered an attack, so yes.
Huh. Okay.
Any melee attack.
Okay. Alright, I will, go acrobatics again. Ooh, the lights just fluttered.
15. Let's see if he beats it.
Surely not.
16.
Oh.
Ha ha ha.
You go to run, and he grabs you and holds you in place.
I'm like, okay, you can take me, but let the cat go. Alright, that's my turn then. I guess I don't have any bonus action to get me out of this. So, yep.
Guard's turn. These guards are going to start moving again. Get up here. They're 30 feet. I'm gonna say one goes here, and one goes here. They are going to pull crossbows.
Cool.
They shout, "Stop! Don't move!" The other guard is going to continue to hold you.
Do I contest against that, or to wait for my turn?
You have to do that on your turn.
Heck.
Liberté, I'm going to say that you are now getting to the edge of this. You are now there. So you are now getting up. You see 3 guards, 2 with crossbows, 1 grappling another guard that you are fairly certain is Alexander.
Okay.
So that's your movement, gets you there. You can do an action if you want. You are amongst a growing crowd who is watching this spectacle go down.
Okay. So I've joined the crowd. Everyone's looking at the spectacle, right? They're not looking at me.
For the most part, correct.
For the most part, great.
You can't be certain. There's people in front of you, people behind you.
Right. Okay. Okay. And then what's the range on that? 30 feet. Okay. So I think all I'm going to do right now is I'm going to cast a minor illusion, which can be a sound. I can cast it 30 feet away from me. So over here, I'm going to have a voice shout out, "The fire is spreading!"
Okay. Are you trying to do this sneakily?
Sure, but it's just somatic immaterial, so...
You would still have to... If you were trying to do it stealthily, you would still have to try to conceal the fact that you're doing hand motions for a spell.
Like a sleight of hand or something, maybe.
Right.
Sure, yeah, I mean, I'll do that.
Okay.
I can't imagine anyone's going to think anything of it, because...
Yeah.
It'd be weird for somebody to see me make a hand motion and think that I'm causing someone to shout. So
You don't know. Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check.
Not more weird than a little red dude with horns, so
right.
pretty normal.
I mean, I'm already weird.
Just weird people doing weird people shit.
16. Okay. Good to know. Go ahead and make an Arcana check, and I will say this is how persuasive the voice is.
Okay.
Nice.
21.
Hey. The other 3, you are getting closer, but you're still pretty damn far.
Almost
The
there.
crowd is growing. Alexander, it's back to you.
Could we hear the minor illusion or no?
I would say no for how far
Okay.
you are.
Okay, cool. I think I have a plan. And we all know that goes well. So, let me just do a quick read on this, because it could actually make things so much worse.
Ooh, I can't wait.
it could make things so much worse, he said.
Worse than attempted murder of a guard.
Hey, like, that's pretty normal in these parts, as far as anyone here knows, because this is my town. So...
We're gonna have a talk. We're gonna have a talk later about the default actions you take in these situations.
Yeah, no, that's fine, but it's not later now. So I'm gonna I can still attack when I'm grappled, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So I am going to, I'm going to grab my rapier and I'm going to use the name eludes me, and I don't think I have it written here properly. The pushing attack from the sword bard.
Okay.
I'm just trying to figure out how far I push them back. I think it's 10 feet, but could be wrong. I think it's mobile flourish.
Mobile flourish, yeah.
Push the target up to 5 feet. Cool. Yeah, that sounds good. So, but if he's holding me and I push him 5 feet, do I go with him, or does that just break the grapple straight away?
I am considering.
Because it's forced movement, that's where I think that it might break it, but that also might not.
Usually with forced movement, you go with the target, though.
Well, whatever you rule, I'll go by. It's fine. But I assume I'd know this at this point anyway.
I will say, go ahead and make the attack. If it hits, because this is all dependent on if it hits. If it hits, I will make the decision based on how well the attack hits.
Okay. I've still got Charles going to town on him, so do I still get advantage, or are we just going to go straight roll?
Yeah, you still have advantage.
Okay, cool. I'm going to ride that train as far as I can. We'll go for the attack. Yeah, it's pretty good. 21.
Okay. You take your rapier, and that does that do additional damage or no?
No, it does. It gives me an extra 10 movement and pushes him back 5 feet.
Okay. Seeing yourself in this dangerous situation, the guards are there. You're thinking, oh crap. You take your rapier, grab the back of his head as Charles is on it, and you stick your rapier straight through his chest.
Oh.
And it pokes out the back.
Buddy.
Oh boy.
Feel that.
His body still moves 5 feet.
Yep. So him and Charles both fly back 5 feet, and he lands sprawled on the ground, not moving. The guard does.
Okay.
Charles is just on top of his body. And then I believe with that you get to move your movement speed, correct?
Plus 10. Or am I still affected by the half speed? No, full.
Grapple reduces your speed to 0, but you just knocked him unconscious, so you're
Yeah.
not grappled anymore.
Okay, so I still get my full movement plus 10 because of the mobile flourish, so... Yeah,
I'm rereading it.
no worries. Mark off the Guardian's Ritual.
Okay. You can then immediately use your reaction to move up to your walking speed to an unoccupied space within 5 feet of the target.
Oh, well, that's no fun.
So you would be able to move towards him.
Well, let's really not do that. Alright, I'm just gonna use my movement to run down here. That's 30 feet, or do I have one more? I think I have one more.
5, 10, 15, 20. That's 20 feet. Yep, that's 30.
And I'll have, because Charles only uses his action, not his movement, I'll have him go this way.
Okay.
So we'll scatter.
Yep.
And that's my turn.
Formation Alpha.
Yeah, this is practiced. We've done this before.
The guards are now up. The guards are going to completely ignore the cat, because it's a
Aw.
fucking cat.
Hey, he made this happen. Don't discredit the cat.
This is as far as that guard can get this turn, so he will shoot a crossbow bolt at you.
Did they already have attacks that they were holding on me, or were they just looking at me before?
They weren't trained. They were expecting you to surrender,
Oh, yeah.
but you didn't. Well, so you surprised them. Then this one can get Yeah, this one can get here.
No one's staying behind to help their fellow guard?
They're running after the guy who just knocked one of them out. And
Sure,
is apparently
knocking him out.
impersonating guards. So
I'm not impersonating him. I said that he was impersonating him. I did my job.
So you are going to get one crossbow attack and one grapple.
Come on. Okay.
Here is the crossbow. 10.
Suck it, guards.
That
Nope.
misses. All right, go ahead and make your acrobatics check to avoid the grapple.
Oh, it says advantage, but it says 25 because I got an 18 as the first
25?
one. Or 22.
And there's their athletics. Nope.
Awesome.
So he tries to grab you. You slip right out of his grab.
Wow. Good thing I oiled up today, otherwise this wouldn't have worked.
It's now the crowd and the rest of the party's turn. Liberté, the rest of the crowd is beginning to move in this direction to kind of follow what's going on and look
Okay.
at the guard. So are you moving with them or are you going in a different direction? You are back here.
So yeah, I want to move with them up to the guard. How far is it to the guard? Yeah, so I'm gonna use my movement and my action to move all the way to here.
Okay.
Because unfortunately, I was thinking on using my action to check on the guard, but I was 40 feet away, so I wouldn't be able to do that. So it's something I'll worry about next turn.
What are you trying to do?
Well, I would like to rush up and like check for a pulse, basically, see if he's alive.
Go ahead and make a medicine check.
Okay. No idea.
You are a little frantic right now. You look down this alleyway and you see the two guards running after Alexander, and that is preoccupying your thoughts at the moment.
Okay.
You're not sure, but you can try again on your next turn.
Okay.
The rest of the party, you are getting closer, but you're still several hundred feet away. Alexander, it's your turn.
Okay. I think I'm gonna run down into this alleyway here. So that's full movement, I'm pretty sure.
That's 25.
Oh, I always do that. Sick.
Remember, you can right-click, and it'll give you the ruler.
Right. So in this area, at this very second, would I be seen by the guards? Probably, right?
I would say from right here, they do not have a complete visual cue on you. However, they know where you're going.
Okay, cool. I will do my best to stop that by casting invisibility on myself.
You, Alexander, vanish.
And
Oh.
for the casting of that, I just say, and for my next trick, and then I just disappear. So that is my turn. I have no bonus action for Alexander. And Charles just sort of be hanging out in the alleyway. He'll just be sitting there, sort of looking over the crowd in case I want to look through his eyes.
Okay. It is now the guard's turn. These two guards come charging down into this alleyway and see nothing. Go ahead and make a stealth check, Alexander, at advantage. Both of the guards are going to make perception checks at disadvantage.
Fair enough. Sorry, what check was it? Was stealth?
Stealth at advantage.
Yeah. I'm tired. Let's do this. Oh, that's okay. 19.
Nope. Nope.
Alright, cool. Because I'm invisible, I'm just standing there giving them the double bird. Because that's appropriate.
Of course.
Yep, they look down, look at each other. Where? He went this way, didn't he? Check it anyway. and one of them is going to start going down this direction, and the other is going to move. That's his full movement to get there. But they are going to start looking for you still. Liberté, it is now the crowd's turn and your turn. What are you doing?
Don't tell me how to live my life.
So what's the crowd doing? Before they were moving to follow.
They are still moving down this direction. They are watching the guards.
Okay.
A couple of them actually stay near you and are kind of trying to look at the guard and see what's going on.
Rubbernecking at its finest.
Okay. I was hoping nobody would stay. I guess I'll medicine check again.
Alright, go ahead and make another medicine check.
10.
10. You can tell he is currently still alive.
Oh!
You are not sure how much longer, but he is currently alive.
Okay. Feeding someone is an action, right?
Correct.
Okay.
I will say that if you wanted to give him a healing potion, if you had one, you could do that.
I actually think I do, don't I? Thought I did.
And then Charles jumps past to finish the job. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a healing potion.
Alright. I will say you can feed it to the guard as an action if you wish.
I will.
Alright, go ahead and roll 2d4 plus 2.
Total of 7.
Alright, so he heals back to 7. He's like coughing up blood as he comes to. There's a giant wound in his chest. He's still kind of bleeding. Did they get him? Did they get the bastard?
I don't know. He ran off.
He like tries to get up and then just immediately collapses back down to the ground. All right, that is their turn. Alexander, it is now your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna use my dash, so full movement to get out skis.
Where are you going?
Up this way. So
And get all the way to here.
fantastic. Let's do that. Yeah, or yeah. We'll do that. Yep.
Okay. The guards, basically, they are now on a full-fledged search for you, Alexander. Seeing as how you are invisible, I will say that ends combat.
Nice.
For now.
We did it again, boys. Another classic misdirection.
Liberté, some of the crowd goes down with the guards and attempts to help search for the individual. You are still there with the guard that was knocked unconscious.
Yep.
Thank you. Can you help me?
Yeah. What do you need?
Help me up.
I'll help him up.
Thanks. Can you help me walk back to the guard post?
Yes, I can help you with that.
All right. Come on. And he's at half speed at the moment because he took a lot of damage. So you start walking him back towards the guard post. The crowd is in the main thoroughfare. It's fairly thick. However, you and Alexander both see a number of other guards appearing, and they are starting to disperse the crowd, ask for witnesses and information, trying to figure out what happened. They are kind of filling up this street along with the rest of the crowd.
Okay.
Are you two doing anything?
When I get a chance, I'm gonna, like, while I'm still invisible, I'm gonna take the hat off. And then I'm gonna try and, like, duck off back into the alleyway and come out uninvisible again. Because, you know, nothing to see here.
You're still invisible, so you take the hat off, you drop the guard form.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna drop invisibility and just walk out.
Okay.
In a sort of direction where the crowd would come from,
Okay.
like someone that's trying to see what's going on. And I can do performance if you prefer.
You're all right. So as you walk back out, I will say, Vesper, Jacques, and Taz, it's about now that you are reaching the main thoroughfare where this large congregation of people is. You see Alexander just kind of standing there looking around, trying to figure out what's going on. You also see Liberté carrying a guard up in this direction back towards the guardhouse.
What happened?
Well, yeah, I guess we'd rush over to Liberté to see if we could help.
Oh yeah, basically help carry. I'll go up to Liberty to help him carry the guard.
Jacques, can you heal him a little?
I could. No, I'll blow.
Actually, can I heal him?
I mean, you're all in that area.
Okay, so
Okay.
first thing I'm gonna do, like a while ago, I'm gonna poof away Charles because he's a known assailant.
You are way too far away from Charles. Charles is in here.
I'm gonna leave him chilling out because he's a cat and no one gives a shit. Apparently.
Go ahead and make a stealth check for Charles with advantage.
Okay, he's fine.
It's not a high DC.
I mean, I should stop saying he's fine because it goes bad every time I talk it up. Oh wait, advantage.
Just one more time.
Hey,
Natural
your boy's
20.
fine.
Yep. Yep. So you go inside Charles for a minute and just tell him to hide underneath a bundle of crates, and he just kind of slithers as cats do underneath, fitting into spaces that he really shouldn't be able to. And you're pretty sure he's secure in there.
Yeah. And then I'll move up to the guard who's just not having a great time, and I'm like, "Whoa, dude! Someone really messed you up. Like, you were clearly outclassed in that fight. Here, I'll help you." And I'll heal him up. And I'll chuck a. Let's go level 1 healing word.
One way to stroke your own ego.
Oh yeah, no, that's exactly why. That's why I'm like, I want to heal him.
Oh, you were clearly outmatched by whoever you fought.
and I'll just sort of tap him. I'm like, you're fine, man. It's all good, and he'll heal up.
Yeah, but just let me hear you. You makes.
Okay. You heal him up. You come up, say this to him, and clasp him on the shoulder. He kind of looks at you a little funny, Alexander, and says, "Yeah, thanks."
No worries, man. Here to help.
Can I look to see if his cloak is torn?
Make a perception check.
There's a big hole in his
Is
chest.
that perception or
I have
investigation?
been planning on trying to talk to him this whole time. I was just kind of waiting for.
For you, Taz, perception, because you're not getting up on him and like going over his entire cloak with your hands.
Oof.
Oof. Natural
You cannot
1.
tell.
Aye.
All right. It is not long before Taz, you recognize this first. You recognize the ornately armored man that you had seen in the tavern the night before comes storming down the central thoroughfare. What is going on? How could this happen? You let this happen! And he's screaming at the two guards who are like cowering and trying to push people away.
Sucks to be those guys.
So I'll talk to the guard that we're carrying. Who is that?
So I'll telepathically, using the awakened mind, to tell Liberté he was the person that came into the tavern the night before, and Brianna handed over a large sum of cash to him. I think he was one of the collectors of the proportions. I think that's what you called it.
You had learned that they are called partitions.
Partitions. Oh, okay.
So, Liberté, you get this in your head from Taz, and it's a little hard to understand, because as you ask this question of the guard, He kind of leans on you a little bit more. Oh boy, Lieutenant's not gonna be too happy. That's Lieutenant Carver. And he shuffles with you up towards the lieutenant.
Oh, he's the one that put the job up on the job board.
Mr. James! And he comes walking up to the guard, who's kind of like holding his chest still. What happened? Tell me now. I'm not really sure. There was an individual who was running by us, and he said the guardhouse was on fire. So Timmy kept running, but he then said that he was following the individual, and I turned and went with him, and eventually he said a couple other really stupid things, and I caught on that it was him.
Hell yeah.
He was. As soon as you say that, they turn and look at you.
I didn't say anything. That was me speaking outside.
That's why I stepped in front of him.
Oh man.
All right, I'll give you that one.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's your freebie.
When you're talking to your character.
No, as it starts, I think Alexander would have ditched anyway, so
If you're leaving, then walk away.
I would have gone down this way because I already gloated to the guard. I got everything I wanted, so.
The guard continues. Eventually, I moved in with him, but he was too quick. And then he kind of takes his hand away. Oh goodness! The lieutenant kind of seals himself after a second. This is unacceptable. What's that? Well, I don't know. And it's at this point that the other two guards kind of walk back up towards all of you, and they come up and salute the lieutenant. Lieutenant, we searched the entire area. We couldn't find him. We're not sure what happened. We had him in our sights, and then he vanished.
Did he look like?
The guard Liberté sorting says he looked like one of us.
Thank you.
So I don't know if this is a bad time to bring this up or anything, and I hold up the vial, but like, he was dying, and I gave him a healing potion, and those things are cheap. So I was just wondering if there's some way, maybe I could give him or something.
Make a persuasion check.
Ooh.
20.
20 total.
All right. The lieutenant kind of looks over at you. You saved him.
Yeah, yes, I did.
And he kind of squints at you real close. And he just nods. Walks over to you, Liberté, and clasps his hand on your shoulder. Your support of the Carvers is much appreciated. You will certainly be reimbursed. Come, good sir. Motions for both you and the guard to follow. All the other guards in this area are now continuing to disperse the crowd. Some are still potentially looking for Alexander. They're kind of looking out for any footprints or anything that they might be able to find. But for the moment, things seem to be relatively calming down a little bit.
Lieutenant, might we accompany our friend?
The lieutenant looks back at you, Liberté.
I'll nod.
He nods curtly. Doesn't say yes or no, but continues on.
I'll follow.
Slowly but surely, you all are brought back to the guardhouse, where you see out on the steps there are two guards who are vigorously talking to the guard who, Liberté, you recognize as the one that Alexander turned into. They don't have like swords drawn at him, but they seem to be very intently questioning him about what happened. Eventually, the lieutenant leads you all up into the mayor's office and the guard post. You are brought inside the large 3-story building. You enter, it is well lit. The outside seems to be marble, but the inside, it's all wood floors. Very kind of rustic, almost log cabin-y on the inside. It's a very quick transition, almost off-putting for how different it is from the outside. You continue to walk, and eventually the lieutenant leads you inside what looks to be a fairly nice office. There's a fireplace with fire going, a decent-sized library. It's a very ornate desk. He's got some letters, quills out, and he motions to a group of chairs. Please sit. There is some paperwork that we will need to complete. And he goes over to his desk and starts getting a pen and ink and starts writing.
I'll sit down.
Can I just say that I got everyone in the building? That was the whole goal from the start. So... You're welcome. I'm still not there. I'm just like hanging out in town. But yeah,
Okay.
I did my job.
All right. The lieutenant just sits and starts writing for a while. Doesn't even say anything. The guard in the guardhouse, the action outside of the office, the door is open. It is frantic. There are individuals running up and down. There are people kind of going in, exchanging information, then leaving again. A couple of people come in and whisper things to the lieutenant. He nods. They leave again. It seems that this has stirred them up into quite a frenzy. Eventually, he puts down his quill, looks up. Well. I guess I am now able to thank you properly. My name is Lieutenant Carver.
I am
sorry. It is nice to meet you, Liberté.
As we're coming in, can I look around for that box of what is it,
Make a
prizes
perception
and
check.
everything?
Yep.
All right.
Yep. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Make sure I'm doing this normal. No.
Aw, 2.
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry. You are very caught up. You all are sitting there for a while. The lieutenant introduces himself. Well, Mr. Liberté, I must many times thank you for assisting our guard today.
Oh, it's no problem
Lieutenant.
at all. I saw that he needed some help.
Yes, it is much appreciated.
Lieutenant, I don't want to bother somebody of your obvious importance to the town, but my friends and I are very new here, and we're looking for work. So we had noticed on the jobs post that there were opportunities for people like ourselves to make some coin here in town. Who would handle those kinds of unimportant details, those day-to-day things, since you obviously have bigger things to think of?
You give me quite a personality, Mr.
Tazfelen Ilisir.
Mr. Tazfelin. However, I do handle those matters personally.
Oh. We are not without certain skills, and we are looking for coin to either stay or to enrich ourselves and move on. Do you have any current opportunities or things going on in town? Obviously, other than an attempted murder on one of your guards.
Well, you saw the jobs board. I'm assuming that you know of the current opportunities.
We saw one, and that was to help a farmer, but helping a farmer seems rather beneath us unless there is something much more challenging to it. Maybe you could use some help actually tracking down whoever is attempting to kill your guards.
That investigation, unfortunately, will remain with the Carvers. I hope you understand. We take the security of our town very seriously. However, with our farmer issue, I do not think that you understand the interesting points of the matter.
Oh, then by all means, please explain.
This farmer has individuals stand in his fields to protect his crops, if you understand. He has been complaining of late that his crow scare, whatever the word is, that it is coming to life at night.
Oh, that's spooky.
Yes, it is. However, it is not of too much importance to us, especially in the protection of the actual town. It is not relatively near. However, he has come to us as we are the most organized individuals in the region. So, if you would be willing to help him, I would be more than willing to freelance you out, if as it were.
I think we would be interested in that. Although I do have a question beforehand. You refer to your group by your own name?
Yes.
Or are they family?
No, we are the guards of the town. We are the carvers. And he kind of gives you a little flourish with his hands.
Hmm.
And you see him. He is wearing very nice full plate armor, not like everyone else. Everyone else is mostly in very nice breastplate or studded or something along those lines. Every single piece of armor on the guards that you've seen is nice. However, he is in full armor. But like everyone, he does have that green patch. But on the lieutenant, it's not felt. It's an actual piece of his armor.
So it appears that we can be of some help. So can you provide those details on who the farmer is, where we can find his farm, and what would be the reward for services such as ours?
I take it that you are wanting the contract?
I look over to Vesper, Jacques, and Liberté.
Oh yeah.
I don't make decisions on my own. I usually the group acts as one. So, Vesper?
I kind of look over at the lieutenant a little bit, and then I just nod. Sure, I'll be up for that.
I just shrug.
Okay.
Well, this is much surprising. I was not anticipating getting anyone for this, especially with the festival occurring tomorrow. For this, if you were the four of you to complete it, and he does a little quick math in his head, I believe you would be getting roughly 12 and a half gold pieces apiece.
Hmm. I honestly have no idea if that's good or bad.
Everything that I bought yesterday cost, I think, 6 gold.
Oh.
So, whatever that is for a point of reference for you.
Seems to be about a day's wages.
Depends on your lifestyle.
Yeah.
I'm fairly certain 2 gold a day is a wealthy lifestyle.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think it's
you're doing
it's
alright.
pretty good.
Well, I will draw up that contract as well. Mr. Liberté, you were again the one who gave our guards the potion, yes?
Yes, that was me.
Good. He kind of snaps his fingers, and you see not even 2 seconds go by before a guard comes in and salutes. Yes, Lieutenant. Please bring a health potion. We need to replenish one. And he kind of bows quickly and walks away. That settles that part of the issue. However, did you want to say something?
I was going to ask, I haven't seen too many different towns in my travels, and so I don't know what a typical town government is like. Is what you have here? Is this normal or is this town unique?
Unique in what way? We are a town.
Well, I mean,
We-
do the carvers work directly for the town?
You could say that. We are a group that provides the people here with protection.
Oh, I see.
We keep the peace when it needs to be kept. Usually my men are more capable in battle, but apparently this individual was masquerading as one of our own, which I will admit was a bit surprising to hear. I guess that we will need to guard against these things in the future, right?
Is there a town government or council, or are you running the town?
No, Mr. Taz, no. We serve at the pleasure of Mayor Damien Crane. Mayor Damien Crane.
I went out and bought a notebook just for this.
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, what else would you use it for? Actual, like, life notes?
I was like writing in a Google document, so I was like, I don't like this. So, book it is.
My father is an ambassador in Sonus, and I like Liberté. I'm rather intrigued by the setup of the government here. This is a town of mostly halflings, from what we've seen, and yet they have a human constabulary.
Each town is, as Mr. Liberté said, unique. I guess that is one of our traits. We do what we can to protect the people.
That's very noble of you. Is the mayor a member of your group, or is he one of the original halfling settlers of the town?
Mayor Crane is not one of us carvers. He is no halfling, however.
Very diverse.
In a manner of speaking. You do say that you are from Sonas.
Not originally, but I was raised there.
That is very far from here. What brings you all the way to Floland?
I need to find a path and explore. Somebody as young as myself just doesn't want to stagnate with his family. So the urge overtook me to hit the road, if you will.
I suppose that is fair. Not everyone finds their place of residence so early in life. I wish you luck. But back to the matter at hand, Mr. Taz, since you seem to be the leader of this group, you are taking the contract, yes?
Yes.
Wonderful. And he sits back down and starts writing up an actual contract.
I want to ask everyone. Does any of you guys have that piece of cloth?
I think I had it.
I believe Alexander had it last.
Oh darn!
Lieutenant, do the initials KLM mean anything to you?
KLM. Let's see. Not particularly. Nothing that is coming to mind right off the bat. But I can ask around if this is something important to you.
Oh, I'm just trying to solve a personal mystery. It's not important.
Well, I wish you luck.
Liberté likes puzzles.
I do as well. And you see on one side of the desk, he actually has what looks to be some sort of crossword.
You said that the mayor is not a halfling. If I might ask, what race is he?
He is a human like myself and most of my compatriots.
Oh, okay. I was getting worried that he might be a gold dragonborn.
Oh, shit.
Yes, this. It's interesting that you mentioned that apparently our new criminal was masquerading as this gold dragonborn.
Huh.
I thought he was impersonating a guard.
Well, according to the people that I spoke to very quickly in the alley, and hopefully I will get more information soon as we are interrogating, talking to people. Apparently, he approached as a golden dragonborn and then changed into a guard, which is what threw me for a loop initially. Magics like that are not too common in these parts.
Perhaps it is a doppelganger or something like that.
I would be very worried if it were.
At this point, we know it was Alexander who, was the person who, attacked the guard, right?
I would say for the three of you at the moment, you're not super sure. You walked in really late. You didn't see any of the fight. You don't really know that they left to go early. For all you know, Liberte just followed the sound of the crowd.
But Vesper might be able to put it together before Jacques and I because of the gold dragonborn
Yeah, that's what
into
I'm
a
getting
guard.
at here.
Okay.
She knows I can transform, so
Yeah. I can go with that. So yes, I will say you are starting to get the idea that it might not have been an actual gold dragonborn.
Lieutenant, I'm sorry to ask you such a hodgepodge of different questions, but I've had a lot on my mind lately. I'm wondering, do you know anything about the shop, Chemical Infusions?
I love that shop. It is very helpful in certain situations for us.
So, his potions actually work then?
Yes? Did you not expect them to?
Well, I went in there at one point the other day, and he was acting quite strange, but perhaps it's the way that typical, mad scientist type acts.
I will grant you that he is an odd duck. But as far as we have known, they have usually worked. I also will say that if an individual was masquerading around our town as an individual who sold shoddy goods, I would not stand for that for very long.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna look at Tass and ask him what of the missing merchandises.
Oh, Lieutenant, one of the festival shows had posted on the same job board that the prizes for her performance were taken from her. We went to go ask her some questions, and we thought to also, as a gesture of goodwill to the town, since we're new here, be able to help out. Was that something that your carvers were looking into? Because obviously a townsperson being robbed, no matter how big or small, and I'm not talking about that she's a halfling, that
it's a child.
that's something that I would assume a town guard would also be looking at.
This particular matter has not yet reached my ears. However, if it is one of importance, then we shall most certainly be looking into it.
You wouldn't mind if we continued to look into it as well?
As it is currently not one of the investigations that we are running, please feel free. If you are out of your depth, which I eventually assume that you will be, feel free to let us know and we shall take over from there.
Taz, what was her name? I do not remember.
It was Ginny.
Have you heard of this lady?
He scratches his head a little bit. Probably. That person does not ring an immediate bell, but if they are a member of the town, I'm sure that I have interacted with them at some point or another.
Well, thank you.
Well, if there is nothing else, I must get back to this investigation.
Can I actually... I'm not the right person to be doing this, but since I was the one that opened my mouth, can I run an insight check on what he said about Ginny?
Sure, go ahead and make an insight check.
Oh boy, what a night I'm having, and that one again.
He seems like a pretty upstart and upstanding guy. You have a decent respect for authority.
Same here.
You're not one to openly subvert it, but you're not prescribed to immediately trust them either. Based on the conversation that you've had so far, Taz, you think Lieutenant Carver seems to be a pretty good guy.
As I've been sitting here, I want to perception check the room and just see if I notice anything that looks out of place.
Go for it.
10.
Not particularly. It looks like his office. It's not the cleanest of offices. However, you see some shackles. You see what looks to be a very nice sword hanging on the wall. Yeah, that's about it.
Lieutenant, we are obviously new in the area, so as part of this contract, would you be giving us specific directions and a contact name for the farmer?
Of course. You will want to go... Robbie, how far would you say it is to Eric's? Probably an hour or so southeast. You would want to go an hour southeast or so.
Well, what is the timing on this? Is it something that needs to be done right away, or what?
It does not particularly matter to me. It is not my farm that is being overrun with creepy crawly in the evening. Huh?
You said it was at night, correct?
Yes.
I think it's pretty late in the day right now, though.
I would say it is mid to late afternoon, based on everything that's happened today so far. It's been a long day for a lot of you guys. Well, if there is nothing else, I shall move along. Have a wonderful day, and if you need anything, please just find one of us. We will be more than happy to accommodate.
Did I get my potion?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
Thank you, Lieutenant. I'm gonna salute him.
He is surprised and just gives you a nod. All right. You all are escorted out of the mayor's quarters and the guardhouse and back into the streets of Dunalin. The crowds have mostly dispersed now. Everyone seems to be going back about their business. Alexander, I will say you are down the street a little bit, and you have been waiting, watching for them to reappear. You have gathered Charles, and once they get a good 50, 100 feet away, you are eventually able to join back up with them.
Yeah, I would have just poofed Charles out. I'm not going to keep him out for the moment.
That's fine.
If that means anything, because he's a criminal.
All right. So you all are back together. It is now, like I said, late afternoon, probably 4 or so in the evening. What would you all like to do?
I want to start out by explaining to them what happened from my point of view.
All right. What do you tell them?
Are we out of earshot?
Are we standing out in the middle?
Where are you walking?
Well, given that we didn't have lunch or anything, probably back, or either looking for a food vendor or back to the Hungry Halfling.
Yeah, there's a McDonald's around or something.
Old McDonald's.
There's a number of food vendors set up.
Okay, so let's get some street food rather than having to continuously eat at the Hungry Halfling.
All right.
So I guess what I would do instead, if there's people around, is I would say, I'll tell you all what happened later. But what happened when you went to go see Jenny?
Did happen.
So she was a little frightened that we, or rather, I was questioning her in regards to the partitions to see if it could be related in some manner. And it kind of made us all believe that these guards were running a protection racket, if you will.
Basically thugs.
Bullying the townsfolk into giving them extra money for their protection.
Is that not normal?
Well, when I was in the Hungry Halfling last night, the lieutenant himself had come in to collect from Brianna, and usually the town guard is... Oh, Josh. Usually the town guard are not the tax collectors, and he seemed very overly pleased to have that money come to him. I don't know, Liberté, if they've had elections here for this mayor, or if these town guards have just moved in and started to pressure the townspeople into giving more of their hard-earned money. But I don't think we can rush into anything.
Well, the fact that they can have festivals, and I mean, again, I don't know how the rules are in this country or this town. So, I mean, I can't say if this is normal or different. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Again, we can't rush into anything, but I think the three of us felt the same level of fear when we questioned Ginny about the partitions, because otherwise she was fine. It was as soon as we brought up that topic and she, I believe, exclaimed that nobody told you that I didn't contribute my partitions, did they? More as if it was, a problem that she wouldn't have. And just that overall look of fear. That's not normal.
It's at about this point that you all have gathered your food from McDonald's, Phillies, and Farm. You all get some cooked pork, just a little snack to continue on while you're walking.
Okay, thank you. I'm just glad that the food is actually not Phillies.
Yeah. That'd be pretty bad.
Yeah, I guess we'd try to go... Is that like a little park in the southeast?
You mean over here?
Yeah.
There are a few open spaces. Most of them are being set up with stands and all that for the festival, but there are green spaces a little bit inside of the town, mostly outside of the town.
Okay. So
just gonna sit and
so
eat.
let's go to a green space and quietly catch up.
So this crow scare thing, Is this something that, are we just going to go in the middle of the night without resting?
Well, Lieutenant Carver didn't seem to have any kind of rush, so we don't have to do it tonight. I'd rather make sure that we're not going to get into any further trouble or difficulties, but I think we can just regroup and then figure out what our plan is. I think it's a good opportunity for us to get some gold, but also to kind of get in with Lieutenant Carver.
Right, so we're trying to figure out why Ginny's not paying her partitions, right?
She said she paid, and she was scared that somebody was trying to imply that she didn't.
Yes.
Oh.
We're just trying to find her useless prizes.
They're not entirely useless. They have meaning.
Not entirely.
So we can still do that. We'd still need to hear from you and Alexander exactly what happened and why did Alexander... And then I stage whisper, try to murder a guard.
Do you know that?
Well, we kind of put it together when we were talking with the lieutenant.
Okay.
Alexander,
Why don't you tell us, Liberté, what happened?
Alexander's there, right?
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was about to say, Alexander, everyone starts to kind of pointedly look at you.
Yeah, so funny thing. I mean, let's just say there was a plan, and it didn't work. So,
So,
yeah, but, me and Liberté just sort of had a gentleman's agreement that we were going to ignore you. And,
So what of our gentleman's agreement with the whole group?
it's an excellent point.
I thought the plan was to wait for us to get back.
But I healed him. So, in this case,
You
wrong and right.
nearly killed a guard, and were almost captured.
I didn't kill anyone. Everyone's fine. And then there's this mystery that takes a boring town into some fun, flavorful, position where now everyone's looking for a murderer on the loose. It's just I've just livened it up for the festival as far as I'm concerned.
so to answer the question,
Thank you, Liberté.
we tried to go inside, and he pulled an Alexander. Okay.
Does he do that often?
Yes. So he ended up running from the guard, who apparently cornered him. My assumption is that his hold person spell failed, and so he had to kill him.
Was that your intent, to kill him?
No, my intention was not to kill him. Otherwise, I would have killed him straight away. Do you really think that if any of you were able to fight me, do you think that do you think that I'd go easy on you? No, I was just running, man. I didn't want to kill him. I wanted someone to live to tell the tale. It's a revolution.
He did live. However,
Thanks to Liberté for giving him the potion and probably keeping him alive for...
And to be honest, we probably got far more information than we would have gotten just trying to talk our way in the first place.
So I'll reach out a fist to Liberté. I'm like, so that's mission accomplished then, as far as I'm concerned.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I know.
this might help us, because we suspect that a guard has stolen these meaningful prizes.
Are you glancing at Vesper when you say the word meaningful?
Yes, I glance at Vesper when I say that, but then I say, we use it to our advantage, and basically we could come back to the lieutenant and ask him if he's seen like the cloth or if he's seen it before, and if it does belong to the guards, no, the guards uniform. I don't know. Maybe he can somehow maybe uh allow us to investigate the guards.
Or we could get him to draw a card.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Let's keep that in our literal back pocket.
He's probably lying.
He really did not seem like he cared about this.
True. So, Alexander, you were in disguise the whole time, correct?
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
you disguised your voice, correct?
Can I insight check him?
Go ahead and make an insight check, Vesper.
I'm shaking my head no, really hard.
Alexander, make a deception check.
I was gonna say.
Yes, I was considering that in the roll.
Got to be a disadvantage if I'm shaking my head no.
Yeah. Yep. Everybody can tell that Alexander most definitely did not disguise his voice.
Damn it, so close.
Perfect.
Oh dear. And you taunted the guard that you stabbed.
I didn't taunt him.
I kinda did.
Yeah.
All right, so maybe from here on out, when we're in the company of the guards, you might have to disguise your voice.
Play mute.
A mute bard. Does this world have mimes?
That's not very good for business.
Alexander could be the first mime of Dunalin.
No, this is really bad for business. If people think that I can't talk, and I'm walking around with a violin, and I'm clearly a performer. Let's not do
Could
that.
be sick.
Otherwise, every time I talk, I could just use the violin to make noises, but that's just not fun.
Or Harpo Marx,
Yeah,
the horn. Okay, so
I'll just
Alexander-
swap up how I talk. How's that?
okay, that sounds
The same.
frightening, but it's, I think, all we can do.
I'm sure you've got like a high performance anyway, so.
Yeah,
Okay.
I could perform pretty well.
Do we want to try to do anything else tonight, or do we want to talk to the tavern owner and see if she'll tell us anything about what's going on?
I did want to do something very quickly, but then, yes, I agree. Go talk to the shop owner. And if we can, on our way back, then continue to look at the guards to see if we can find one that's got a torn cloak.
Should I change form? Maybe go to the classic gold dragonborn. It seems to be going pretty good.
I would not use that anymore.
Yeah, don't use
Why
that.
not? He's gone. I just want to take his place in the town.
I already know.
No, not because of that, but because you used it in front of the guards.
They are aware now. They know
And
you.
I just slow stare, turning my head at Alexander, just staring at him, just in disbelief.
Oh no.
Also, you wouldn't know this, but when we were in talking to Lieutenant Carver, I mentioned a gold dragonborn offhandedly, and so if he saw me traveling with one at all, he would put the pieces together very quick.
That was a bit silly. That's my go-to. Okay, well then I guess I'll just have to be Taz from now on.
You can't keep a gold tooth for very long if you get in trouble every time you use it.
That's not true.
It's a little ostentatious.
Okay, fine. I guess I'll just...
Tonight in the room practice. I'm sure you can think of something equally ostentatious.
I'm just enjoying this hat.
I was
okay?
going to explain to Lieutenant Carver that a Dragonborn had stolen one of our playing cards and then disappeared.
Eh,
But he didn't
Well,
ask, so I didn't.
that's not
bother.
entirely true. He asked for one very nicely. Yeah, so I don't know. I kind of feel like messing with the guards further, but I probably shouldn't. It's up to you guys, really. Yeah.
Well, if they're guilty of what we think they are, then by all means, I think we'll all mess with them. But
Oh hell
I
yes! I've
think
got a plan.
I just slowly shake my head. So I guess we can do a sweep of the town quickly before dinner time, looking for guards with a missing piece of their cloak while also looking out for Ginny's prizes. I did want to stop at the trading post again because I wanted to ask if he had a pearl. Because I actually did not ask him that the last time we were there. And since he had a diamond for Liberté, I just wanted to see if he had one.
Yeah, I wanted to go there as well, so that works
Okay.
out pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought of a couple more things too that I wanted to.
Woo! Another shopping episode. Fuck yeah.
All right. We can start at the trading post and then work around anywhere else from there. So
Okay, so we shouldn't be too far from it anyway.
the town isn't that big, so
Right.
it's not that bad anyway. Give me a moment. I will move everyone back to the map.
Man, guys, I really want to fight scarecrows, like really badly.
Yeah. We should go there at nighttime. That'll be safe.
Yes.
The whole thing is that if we go tonight, we're going to be too tired to enjoy the festival tomorrow.
Well, that and you and Alexander are not at peak. The rest
I'm
of
good.
us are.
I didn't
Is
take
that
any
peak?
damage.
Right. Well, I used a level 2 spell.
I used one level 2 spell. That's it. Oh, and a level 1. But
All right. Is there anything you guys would like to do on your journey to the trading post?
Just keeping our eyes out for the guards and anything that looks like, the prizes. Like if somebody just threw them aside just to be mean, or
Okay. Make a perception check.
Jacques, make a perception check.
Yep.
No, Taz, you're looking. Make a perception check.
I'm asking
No,
Jacques to look.
You asked me to make a perception check.
Deception.
If
I
Jacques wants to look as well, he can look too.
I'll see if I can keep an ear out to see if the guards are referring to my shenanigans as anything, like if they've given my persona a name or something that they're referring to it as.
Okay, you can make a perception check too.
You gotta start writing a song about this.
Taz
Hell
and Jacques. Taz and Jacques walking from this little green space to the trading post. You do keep an eye out. That's okay. As much as there was a guard presence before all that went down, you see an even tighter guard presence now. They aren't really interrogating or talking to anyone on the streets anymore, like they were when you guys walked into the mayor's quarters. However, they do seem to be on high alert as they are walking through the streets.
Is everyone okay if I go and keep an eye on Jenny in her shop?
No, you're good.
You're good.
No, I'm saying you guys are okay if I just go, just make sure if anyone's, I guess you say.
Well, she doesn't have a shop. She's setting up a stage for performance.
That's right, stage.
She does have a shop, and it's on the west end of town, but she has spent her entire day setting up for the festival tomorrow.
Yeah. Are you all fine if I just keep an eye on her? Like, in case someone comes and, I don't know, steals anything?
Yeah, sure. You are more than welcome to do that. So you walk back to Ginny, and she kind of walks up. Oh,
I don't approach her because I do not want to talk to her.
Oh, okay. All right.
Wow.
Rejected.
But yeah, I don't. I just watch from a distance, make sure no. I'm just checking if anyone's like if anyone's like looking at her, or if anyone tries to steal anything from her. That's all I'm doing.
All right. Go ahead and make a perception check. She does not notice you as she is still hard at work.
All right.
Let's see. Taz and Alexander are going in the trading post. Is everyone else joining?
I'm
That's your 20.
Okay. All right. Everyone else is heading into the trading post. You enter. Green Dragonborn is still there.
Good afternoon, sir.
Why, hello. You have returned to my shop yet again.
Yes, and since we're here a second time, we should obviously be on a first-name basis. My name is Taz, and I hold out my hand to shake.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Taz.
He shakes your hand with a rather large claw.
Arjan.
Arjan.
So you have returned. I assume there are things that you further require.
I myself was wondering, since you were able to procure such a lovely gem for my friend, you wouldn't happen to have a pearl of very good quality, something in the range of 100 to 120 gold piece value.
My, you are certainly the expensive customers. Let me check my stock.
And he saunters off into the back. Comes back a few minutes later.
I do seem to have a pearl available if it is of interest to you. The current going rate is 107 gold pieces.
Unfortunately, we have had some rough luck on the road. And while I don't have that right now, I'm wondering if I could use it here in your shop to help me to identify a rather odd item that we found in our travels, and I will pay you to use it, and then you keep your pearl.
Sorry, how much was it? Was it 170 or 107?
107.
Correct.
Actually, no. I'll just step up and I'll be like, "Well, how much money do you have? I think we can go halvesies on this one."
I don't even have anywhere close to half because I had to buy some ink the last time I was here.
Well, what do you have then?
Well, I have about 25 gold.
Okay, don't worry about it, and I'll just slap down 107 gold.
Oh, what a baller!
My. I'm beginning to reconsider my earlier statement. You might not be a curious group, but you are certainly our high rollers. Please stay in town as long as you like.
While you're in the back grabbing that, could I grab some parchment and ink as well? Just standard stuff. Nothing crazy for magic or anything.
Of course. That's not very difficult to do. How much are you looking to get?
5 silvers worth. Not, just enough to play around with whenever I need it.
5 silver would get you probably at least 50 to 75 pages of paper and ink.
Crap. Okay. Let's go 2 silvers worth, and we'll work with that because that seems like enough. Because that's a lot.
Well, the 2 silver was the cost of the ink.
Oh. Well, okay. Well, let's screw it. We'll just go 5. Whatever. Like, you can always use paper, right? Like,
Fair enough.
So he then goes and gets. You know what? I'm gonna roll a d100 on this and hope it lands between that number, just for the hell of it.
I'm going to jail, boys.
I didn't. Okay, I will say you get 68 pieces of paper and ink.
Which is one off.
rip
One
off.
short. One short.
Uh,
Man. I'll give you an extra silver for one more. Just for good faith.
wow.
If one additional piece is all you require, I will just give you another.
Easy.
Freebie, yeah.
Way to haggle.
To be honest, I just grabbed a stack. I didn't really count it out.
Yeah, well, I did.
So there you go. You now have 69 pieces of paper.
Nice.
The only other
Oh,
things
yeah.
that I was looking for was a backpack and some vials.
A backpack, I believe I have. Let me check my prices on how much that would run you. The vials, I can give you. How many are you looking for?
Do I still? So the potion that I drank before, do I still have that vial?
Yes.
I'm looking for 5.
I would say 5. 2 silver.
Okay. I will do that.
The list I have does not have a backpack. That does not make sense. It has to be.
D&D Beyond says 2 gold for a backpack.
Yikes.
Okay.
It is
Sounds
your
like
best
a lot.
friend.
It sounds like a lot to me, but
He asks for one gold.
okay, 1 gold. Thank you very much.
Do you have wine here? Or know where we can get wine?
I personally do not sell wine, but there are taverns around. I'm sure you could find a place that could sell you some.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, since you asked earlier, how was your visit to Alchemical Infusions?
That's kind of why I was trying to buy a bottle of wine.
Are you trying to trade it for his tonics?
No, I was an ass, and I wanted to apologize.
I will give you a piece of advice, friend. Not everybody likes wine.
And he reaches down behind the counter and he lifts his hand up and you see a hoard of the gold that you have given him.
Everybody loves gold.
And he just lets it all fall. Clink, ching, 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 ching.
Oh. Thank you for the advice.
You're welcome. Is there anything else I can be of assistance for you today?
How much do arrows cost?
Arrows?
Just your regular arrows, or if you're looking for something specific?
Just regular ones.
Regular bow arrows would run you a gold for 20.
I'll buy one of those.
A single arrow?
No, a set of 20.
Oh. Well, that is more than easy.
He gives you a set of 20 arrows.
I'm all set.
All right. Cool. I'm good. Yeah.
All right. You all are exiting the trading post. Where would you like to go next?
How's the sun? Where's the sun?
I would say between your conversation, going to the trading post, all of that, it's a little bit past 5, probably early evening. Sun's starting to head down, get towards sunset.
As we leave the shop, I just want to go to everyone. I'm like, now I know we said we were going to do this job tomorrow, but if we just smash it out tonight, then we can enjoy the festival tomorrow. Think of all the money we could make. I'm not going to say that I'm a little strapped for cash now, but I need as much time as I can get.
So can we take 10 minutes so that I can borrow the pearl and cast Identify as a ritual
No, it's mine.
somewhere?
Oh yeah, did he answer that question? Was he going to let you do that?
He doesn't have to answer it. I just brought it.
Alexander, might we go find some place to sit down, and can I borrow the pearl to settle our curiosity about these cards?
I'll hold it up and I'll be like, yeah, I guess that's fair. But if we find that the cards aren't inherently dangerous, I want them. After we identify them, that's my deal. I just slapped down 100 gold for this. At least give me this much.
So I'm giving you a magical item to borrow a pearl for 10 minutes.
No, if the cards aren't dangerous, I want to be the one that holds them. That's all. I feel like
What if the cards are partially dangerous?
Then we'll decide at that time.
Oh boy.
And I'll reach out my hand to shake his hand. I'm like, is that a deal?
He spent a lot of money on that pearl.
I know. Okay, deal.
All right. Well, that's a deal then. And as soon as I reach back from shaking his hand, the pearl will be in his hand.
You really are magic.
You know it.
All right, so we'll go to the Hungry Halfling real quick. Sit down, have a drink, and I'll take out my book and take out the deck of cards and begin to cast Identify.
Alrighty. I will go ahead and start putting that into everyone's journals. Is there anything anybody else wants to do in the tavern while Taz is doing this?
Well, we would have to be discussing. We'd have to be discussing what we're gonna do. I mean, if we stay up all night fighting a crow
I'm trying to
scare,
sell that we should go do the crow scare now, as opposed to waiting all night.
well, he said that it's happening at night.
Right, and it's getting close to dusk.
We'd only just be coming to, I don't know how sun works in America, but the sun would probably be setting around 5 o'clock or whatever the time was, so I reckon we got time.
Depends on the region.
Yeah, true.
Also, Josh, what time does the sun set?
You're in the middle of summer, so the sun is out longer than
Late.
usual at the moment. So you probably have at least a couple more hours until sunset.
7 or 8, probably.
Yeah, 8 or 9-ish.
Oh, okay.
So we got 4 hours till sunset, an hour of travel. I don't know when we're going to sleep.
We'll just, once we save the farm, we'll just demand that he gives us somewhere to sleep or we'll kill him. No, like... or we could be nice about it.
So, if we can do it quickly, I suppose. If it depends on when it happens, I suppose. If it doesn't happen until the middle of the night.
Well, we won't know until we check it out. But we go there tonight, we check it out. If it seems something we can deal with, we'll deal with it. If not, then we'll say, hey, we're here to deal with the job, we want to check it out in the morning. Can we sleep here? And then, we bing bang boom, cross it all off, and we're back in business.
We're at the... Oh man, what was it called? The Hungry Halfling?
Correct.
Can I go to the bartender?
You may. You walk up, and it is Brianna who is bartending at the moment.
Hello, Brianna.
Oh, hello.
we've been asked to do a job. Have you heard of a man by the name of Eric the Farmer?
I've talked to Eric a few times. I think he lives a bit out of town, if I remember right. He doesn't come here to drink too often, but everyone does come around every now and then.
Do you know anything about his problems?
What kind of problems does he have?
Apparently he's been being somewhat attacked at night.
Kind of sorry to hear that. I haven't really seen him in maybe a month or two. If it didn't stop before then, they wouldn't have told us about it. Sorry.
All right. Well, what can you tell me about the government in the town?
She kind of gives you an eye. She kind of cocks her head a little bit. What do you want to know?
Well, I have not seen too many different places. I've been rather kept locked away for most of my life, as it were. And I'm wondering, I haven't seen too many towns that have a security force quite like the one you have here.
Well, to be completely honest, I've lived here my entire life. All I really know of other places is what I've read about in books and stories, what I've heard from family and friends and so forth. From what I know, we aren't the only place to have guards that roam around. I have made a few trips up to Dunaman. They have guard force as well, and it seems to be just how life is.
Wait, Josh, the neighboring town is Min, next to Dunalin.
That is correct.
All right.
Taz, make a history check.
Oh.
Can he hear from wherever he's casting his?
I'm assuming yes.
Okay.
Actually, Alexander, you can make one too.
Okay.
Because you're a bard. I'm giving you this for basic party knowledge.
Go. Dice. Ah.
Ah. Alexander, you are a little engrossed with the events of the day. You're not really paying attention, unfortunately.
Trying to think of a song.
Yeah, you are, because you have to perform tonight. Taz, based on your readings, you have read about this area. You grew up in Wataka, so you know about the various regions. Dunaman and Dunalin are known as the Flowland Sisters. They are sister towns. Dunalin is more of the farming community, whereas Dunaman resides on a bay that goes out eventually to the sea. So that is the port for this area.
Okay. So, Alexander, here's your pearl back.
And I have now placed the deck of deliverance into everyone's journals.
Oh, there it is. Found in a purple pouch. This deck contains a number of cards made of gold leaf. Wait, okay, that's the physical description. Okay, so created by the arcanist Chuthat, few are known to be in existence. Every day, up to 2 individuals may draw 1 card. Once a card is drawn, it is unavailable until the next dawn and then returns to the deck. All effects last until the next dawn. Items granted by the deck turn to ash if attempted to be sold, including the deck itself. So that explains the limitations, but it doesn't indicate that it's not dangerous.
Don't you bullshit me. It doesn't say that it's dangerous. You give it.
you had a person disappear and
I would say that
old man become completely incapacitated. Thankfully, though, it looks like the effects wear off.
so it's nothing more than harmless tricks. I would say.
Oh man, that Dragonborn is going to have a bad day.
Oh,
Yeah, I should probably tonight.
Um,
I should probably go back to where he's gonna reappear. And kill him.
Read the information
Yeah.
a little closer.
And kill him.
All effects
next
last
dawn.
until the
Oh.
next dawn.
Oh no, he's already fine then.
So any effect would have ended. Any effect on the
This
Dragonborn
morning.
would have ended this morning.
Okay,
Or we
so
can test these out right before the sun rises.
yeah, no, I'm thinking like 11 o'clock. We do it, and then we deal with it for a couple hours and have a bit of fun, and then
Alexander, do you want to pick a card?
Yes, I really do.
Oh no.
But I'll give anyone else here the opportunity first. Now that we know that it's not dangerous, come on, anyone.
Do you have to perform tonight?
Yes.
How are
What
we going to
time?
go to the farm?
Well, I was thinking that I get the deck of cards and I just go and pass that out and say it's magic tricks, but
It's
You
only
know.
2 cards per day.
well, then I guess it'll be really entertaining watching two people then, won't it? No, I mean, look, I could smash out the performance now. It's no biggie. They didn't really give me a time where I have to do it. It was just, you have to do it every night. Well, night's subjective to some people, so, I do it, we go home. Well, go home. We go to the farm.
The owner's right here.
Yeah, I would kind of prefer that you do it when there's more people around. Drum up some business.
I can see why you...
A little later this evening would be preferable.
Okay, have you got a time in mind?
When it gets dark.
Ah, that's when we were going to leave an hour before that.
I mean, we were gonna go deal with an issue for this farmer. It's kind of life or death. I'm happy to do the performance now, or I can give you a special performance for the festival tomorrow, and then we give it a miss tonight.
So you do a matinee?
Yeah.
Make a persuasion check.
Can
I'm gonna say straight up persuasion check
Okay.
because this is the night before the festival.
9.
Listen, dearie, we talked yesterday. I gave you rooms for 5 nights. I can sell those rooms to any number of people who are trying to pay. I'm full up.
That's fair. No, fair enough. I just some guy could die, but whatever. I'll perform. Don't worry.
All right. She goes back to serving drinks.
Sorry, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just trying to be helpful to as many people as possible.
I want to jump back to my conversation with her.
Go for it.
So, I guess I just need to ask, to clarify for myself, is my question about the guards, is that awkward? Is that something I should not be talking to people about? I just don't want to get myself into trouble.
we did notice Lieutenant Carver's visit here last night?
Aye.
Is that a usual occurrence?
She kind of looks around the bar, seeing who's around as you're asking these questions. It's not really regular occurrence. Just kind of happens when they want it to.
But asking these type of questions, I'm not going to get in trouble, am I?
It depends on who you're talking to. Some people might be more inclined to let them know that someone seems to be asking questions. Others might not.
All right, I'm just ignorant of the way that towns work.
I'm not offended by it, dear. I'm not going to be one of those, but you're asking the question. I'm giving you a straight answer.
Okay. So how long does Alexander have to perform for?
Maybe a half an hour or so. A couple songs. Does that seem fair to you?
No, I reckon we can get in, get it done, and then we just go for a midnight farm run. I think we'll be all right.
You guys feel okay about traveling at night?
The traveling isn't the part that I'm worried about. It's more showing up at a farmer's door at dark
Well, some of us
and
could
what
leave
he's
now.
going to think.
We were told the issue was at night, or you guys told me that you were told the issue was at night. Wow, this information's hard to work with.
Maybe we could split up?
I'll look to everyone and I'm like, now I really, really want to draw a card. I'm just gonna be completely straight with you. But I have to perform in an hour, gotta stay tip top. But if anyone else wants to, yeah. Come on. And I'm sort of like
The effects only last till dawn, but we don't know what the effects are.
it could make
Could
you
be good,
stronger.
could be bad.
We got 2 chances here. We've taken out a lot of the bad ones, we already know.
Well, they go back to
Well,
the
they
deck.
replenish.
You don't know that.
It says it in the. I picked that up from the
Phelan
identified.
literally does know that.
Oh.
Yes, he
Well-
does know that.
Fair enough. Okay. Well, maybe we'll do it as a celebration after we deal with this scarecrow problem then.
Yeah, if we're going to do something, I would rather it be after the scarecrow and not before. Scroll care. Wait, what is it?
Crow scare?
Crow scare. Scarecrow.
Carecrow.
Alright.
It's a regional thing.
I'm
Scarecrow.
happy to just wait till I have to perform then. If there's anything else we have to do.
Okay. I think that this is a pretty decent spot to go ahead and take a quick break. So, jumping back in, Jacques has now entered the Hungry Halfling from his watch of Ginny. You all have begun your conversation as to what to do tonight. Before or after Alexander needs to play his set.
Yep.
So, what would you all like to do?
Did you guys want to go and check out that one other place for Jenny's items, and I'll keep, someone capable with magic to help out with my act here, and while I'm performing, you guys can take out 2 birds with 1 stone,
Idea?
and then we can head off to the farm afterwards.
We are going to go to the farm at night, show up at this guy's farm after sundown.
Hell yeah,
I mean, that's when the creatures come out, apparently.
I'm game. I don't know about anyone else.
But Taz's point earlier was, if we showed up earlier, we could introduce ourselves while the sun is up.
Yes, and we require more information
True.
from the farmer instead of having to wake him up in the middle of the night.
So, Liberté, Vesper, and Jacques, why don't you go to Thea and ask a few questions, and then we can figure out who should go to see the farmer to introduce ourselves while we wait for Alexander to get done?
Did we get a location of Thea?
No.
It is getting dark. Everyone is setting.
Oh, she's across from Ginny's shop on the west end of town.
Yep.
All right then.
What time is it right now?
It is early evening. So it's 5, 6-ish.
Okay.
So I can be Alexander's roadie.
Well, he's not supposed to perform until it's dark. That's the whole problem.
Okay, so we can all go see Thea, unless Alexander needed to warm up or sleep or.
I'll stay here and I'll get ready for my performance. You guys go. Just I prefer to have someone with just some fun, cantrips or something that can help out, just to sort of wow the crowd a bit. If anyone's got anything like that, make sure you're here on time.
Okay.
I'll be honest. I'm not a people person, so I would really prefer someone who's good with dealing people. Talk to
And I
her.
could do it all myself, but then I've
Not
got to
true.
multitask.
I can assist you, Alexander, in your show.
Is someone going to go see this farmer? What was his name? Eric?
What's
An hour away, further splitting us up. Why don't you guys go see Thea first? I'll stay here with Alexander, and then come back here, and then we'll figure out who goes to see the farmer.
or when? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
Okay, that sounds good.
Before this all starts, as a DM note, Lieutenant Carver specifically stated that what was happening at Eric's farm was happening at night. So if you were to go there and attempt to deal with it, you would likely be there well into the evening. If you were then to take a long rest, you would probably sleep through the morning.
When does the festival start? Do we know that?
It starts tomorrow morning.
All right. Go see Thea. We'll figure it out after.
All right.
Sounds good. Well, I guess we just head over there right now.
That's up to you guys.
Yeah, you guys go. I'll stay.
You're all good here? Do you need to do something, or can we just go?
No, go.
Okay, let's go.
I'll stay with Alexander.
Okay.
Okay, so the three of us
Yeah.
go.
All right, I will move the three of you to the map.
Okay.
Stepping back out of the hungry halfling, you step into the setting sun. Moving over toward the west end of town. Since you do not know specifically where their shops are, someone go ahead and make a charisma check to try and find them.
I could do that.
Go for it.
Straight charisma.
Yes.
Oh, there it is.
That's a save. But
Oh, whoop. No, wrong button. Let me fix that.
What's your charisma bonus? It's just 3, isn't it?
Okay. Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so that's a 6.
Alright.
So Vesper takes the lead on trying to find the two shops. You get to the west end of town and begin asking around. Unfortunately, you're given bad directions, and you lose probably a good 45 minutes before you actually find where the two shops are located. They are over in this sector over here.
Okay.
So eventually you all get to that general area. So you are standing across from both shops.
Okay. So which one's Thea's?
Thea's is the one to the left. It is called Woodworker's Fancy. What are you guys doing?
Vesper, you want to take the lead on this?
Sure, I could do that. I'll head in.
The door is currently closed.
I'm doing a great job so far. Is there a window or like can I peer through and see in?
There is a window. If you want to look in, go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay. I'm going to press the right button this time.
15. You look in, and it is dark inside. You do not see anyone or anything moving around.
Should we knock or should we come back later?
Probably not here. She's maybe dealing with festival things like Ginny was.
Well, that's that.
We are not people.
Where's the place where all the like stands are being set up again? Where was that?
It's basically the entire the entire town. So stands are being set up all along the main road. Stages are being set up in both the main square, which is here, and then Ginny is in here in the dancing stage. Or that's where she was earlier today.
But I saw everyone leaving, right, when she left?
Yes, Jacques, you did see her leave the stage after finishing her work.
And was everyone else leaving as well, I'm pretty sure, or...
I mean, there were still some people setting up, but that was a little while ago. You're not sure how many people are still going to be out there.
Can I also make a perception check to see if, looking at the shop, if anyone's been here recently?
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check.
Ooh.
Natural 1.
Natural 1. You can't really tell. There doesn't appear to be a fire or food that you can see on the inside. For all you know, it's been abandoned for a couple months, but it doesn't seem likely.
Well, I guess we can go and find or wherever she's on a booth, stage, whatever it is called.
Could head back to the tavern and just take a quick look and see if we see her.
Yes.
Alright, does that sound good?
Wait, who's all with us right now?
I'm there with you.
Okay. Liberté, you have any suggestion at all?
You're saying, do I have a suggestion?
Yeah. Any inputs?
No.
Burn it down.
I don't. Liberté doesn't really know why we're here.
Fair enough. So, how about we just head back and keep an eye out for her, and see if we see her booth or anything.
The problem is we don't know what she looks like.
Who is she?
That's true. Wasn't she Did Ginny tell us that she was nearby, setting up a booth of her own?
Ginny told you that she did not know where she was, and she did not give you any physical description other than she was also a halfling.
Is there anyone around us where we are currently?
There's a few people around. Some people walking by.
I see if any of them seem familiar with the area, like they live around here.
Make an insight check.
Okay.
Ooh, 19.
Nice.
This area that you, Liberté, and Jacques are currently in does seem to be more off the beaten path. There don't seem to be any carts or stalls in this area. So you get the sense that a lot of the people walking in this general area are probably people who live in the town and would have reason to walk by this area.
Does anyone seem kind of shifty or...
Not from what you can tell. They seem to be just going about their business.
Only us.
All right.
Or halfling racism.
Okay. Well, I don't know what to do here, honestly.
Yeah.
You and me both. Again, let's just head it back because we clearly can't track people.
Just go and ask the kids something. Aren't they all children, the halfling? No?
Alexander here?
No.
I was like...
No. I don't want to talk to people because I just don't like talking to people.
Who are we looking for?
We're looking for a halfling, which is half of the population here.
Well, they're all over the place.
Exactly.
Why are we looking for a halfling?
Excuse me, a halfling female. There's a difference.
Okay, so half the halflings are have to. Who are we looking for specifically?
A halfling by the name of Thea. She's a woodworker, the rival of Ginny, it sounds like. And that was all we got out of Ginny.
Our only lead. She's our only lead. Finding the mission.
I don't think Liberté knew about this person.
Oh, that's right.
I asked
No, you're right.
when you guys went to Ginny,
Right.
and like I wasn't there, and then you guys didn't repeat that in
That's
the story,
right.
so I don't think. So I have no idea what we're doing.
That's on
Um,
us.
Yeah.
Okay, so you think that she took the jewelry?
Maybe. Like we were discussing, you said it might have
okay.
been personal. So your
Okay, so she would
rival's
be at
kind
the
of personal.
she would be at a booth just like Jenny then, though. She wouldn't be at her shop.
Yes, but we don't know what she looks like.
Or where her booth
Sure.
is.
Jenny didn't say what her booth was at all.
She doesn't know.
Well, let's head back that way. That's on the way back to the tavern anyway. If we
Mhm.
see Jenny, we can ask her. And if we
True.
don't, then we go back to the tavern.
Okay.
Okay.
We don't have any other options at this point.
Alright. We head back.
Let's head back. We'll head back. Boy, we are terrible. We are so terrible.
All right, you all head out.
I just wasn't participating because my character was confused.
Yeah, I could say.
Yep, you all stop by the central area where the dance stage is currently being set up. You do not see Ginny anywhere. It does not appear that she has returned after leaving earlier.
I palm my face. Because I realized she walked home, which is right across from where we were standing. Oh, I palm my face, but I do not say to the group.
Ginny did not specify where she lived. That's her woodworking shop. She did not specify that was where she lived as well.
Yeah, I guess so. No, it was a shop. I just assumed it was the same one, the same.
All right. We'll pick it
All
up
right.
in the morning.
Square one.
You guys head back to the hungry halfling, defeated, unable to find any other information.
Ouch. So, Alexander, they, having spent so much time away, they must have solved the crime by now.
Oh yeah, no, they've got it covered. Like, I have absolute faith that they can knock off this easy task. All they have to do is go and talk to like 2 people, and they'll have it checked off.
I mean,
Not a
asking the neighbors for a description and how long she, where her booth might be, or has she been in the shop lately?
There's so many things that they could do to knock this off. Like, it's been, what, an hour and a bit? I'm pretty sure that... Look, they're probably already reached to Ginny at this point.
That's true. Well, that's... Thank
I'm
goodness.
literally biting my tongue right now.
I walk into the tavern and say, "Well, she's dead."
Ah, dang it.
Taz and Alexander, is there anything you two would like to do in the interim hour and a half or so before the other group returns?
So, where is the stage area? So I'm trying to figure out the engineering of Alexander's act and all the different things that I could do to jazz him up.
It's up the top right.
Yeah,
Top
the stage
right.
is up here.
Okay, great. So I will be his roadie. Let's see, I can do a shower of sparks. I can boost the sound up. I can...
What's the lighting like in this tavern area?
The tavern is well lit.
But like lit by what?
Candles.
It's lit, fam.
Candles. Okay.
Hella lit.
Thaumaturgy can dim the lights.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I could magnify his voice or his music, and I can also do some spark showers at the start or at the finish.
I've got some dancing lights. I got a whole bunch of tricks for this. So.
Okay, so do you want the sparks at the beginning of the show to wake people up, or do you want it at the end for your big finish?
I think we start with a dim. I'll use the dancing lights to draw attention to the act, and then sort of like as you can see it sort of coming to an end. I'll sort of strike a pose, and then we fire off some sparks nearby, and Yeah, it just it's all showmanship. You'll know when it's the time.
Okay.
Eventually, the other three come back. They walk in, looking around. Alexander, I will say at this point, you and Taz are gearing up to get ready for the performance itself.
Yep.
That's when the other three walk in.
I go and just sit on my stool and not say anything.
I'll just be like, oh, hey guys, so it's all done then, all sorted.
Totally.
Was Ginny grateful for all of the rescuing of her prizes?
Well, still an ongoing investigation. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, unfortunately, the woman we want to talk to is dead.
Ah, man, it's been a day. It's been a just. It's
Lots
been
of
a
people
day.
dying or almost dying today. I don't know about this town.
Yep. So that's a complete dead end. We don't need to look into it again.
Oh my god.
Man, festivals are crazy. Am I right? Who's that?
So I guess we'll go to the farm tomorrow night.
Yes.
I thought we were going tonight.
I want to
Well,
go.
It's already, the sun's already down. So 9 o'clock, he does his show. 9:30, hour travel. 10:30, and then even if we took care of the scarecrow right away, it would be long rest.
7 o'clock, and we'd be there by 9. We show up fashionably late. We, deal with the problem. That's not too bad.
the sun's still up at 9. Maybe.
Oh, I thought.
I, as the DM, am saying she wants it when the sun is going down, so not like dark.
Right.
So like
Okay.
between 7:30 and 9ish.
All right. Well, we'll go as early as possible then, so we have the most time to make our plan. So.
Okay. All right, Alexander, you are preparing for your performance.
Yep.
As you all are looking around, the tavern is full. There is not a seat around in the tavern. There are lots of people drinking merrily, doing toasts, laughing, joking. It seems to be quite a jovial atmosphere.
Do we
Alright.
recognize anybody in the bar?
Make a perception check.
Jacques, do you recognize anybody in the bar? Oh, shit, me with these perception rolls.
You can't ask Jacques to
I
do
know.
it every time.
I know, I know. Well,
See?
I rolled a 19 with a 1, so that's a dirty 20.
Wait. Were you asking me out of game or in game, Taz?
Out of.
Oh, okay. Now I would have done it if you would ask me in game, but
Liberté, what are you looking for?
I just want to make sure that the guard that Alexander had impersonated before, make sure I don't see him.
You currently do not see him. Seems to be mostly full of halflings.
And this is out of concern of the guy recognizing Alexander's voice at a point where he probably can't be quiet.
Right. Understood.
It's a singing voice. It's fine.
Are there any... Well, since I rolled a 20, are there any guards? Is Lieutenant Carver here? Is there anybody we recognize?
There currently are no guards, no Lieutenant Carver. You recognize a few faces from the night before. It seems that a number of these people are probably staying here in the tavern. You also recognize a few people that were out setting things up. Nobody that really stands out. You just recognize some faces.
Okay, so it's Norm down at the end of the bar, one of the regulars.
Right.
Okay.
Yes. All right. Alexander, you are preparing. Performance is about to start. Anything you guys would like to do before that?
No, I'm pretty much good, actually.
I wanted to buy a bottle of wine from Brianna.
Okay. Well, I can certainly give you a bottle of wine. What good of quality are you looking for? Are you looking for good, or are you looking for just as cheap as you can get?
Well, I guess how much is good?
Well, around here, a good bottle of wine will run you about 8 gold.
Do you have something in the middle?
I mean, yeah, but it's not as good. Thing about quality, middle ground would probably run you between 4 and 5.
Okay, I'll take the middle.
As I see him making this exchange, I say to Vesper, the guy gets Alexander to buy him a 107 gold pearl and then spends his own money on alcohol.
Yeah, I'm just looking over the other guys. I'm like, what? Come on, what a cheapo.
So go ahead and mark off
Yep.
5 gold.
What's his prerogative?
I asked for an ale.
Okay, you get an ale. An ale is... I have to look it up because I don't remember off the top of my head. An ale is 5 copper.
How much are dinners? Food?
Meals for you guys are being included in the performances if they are good enough.
Oh,
Oh, no pressure.
Rocket Alexander.
I'm going to
Hell
get an
yeah.
ale too. Mark off for myself.
Should have taken stage dive.
Well, we'll see where the night takes us.
All right. Is anybody doing anything to assist with the performance?
Yes.
What's going on?
So I'll be dimming the lights. I'll be amplifying Alexander. And then at the end of the show, I'll be using prestidigitation for a spark of shower of sparks. Sorry.
Okay. Anybody else want to do anything?
Don't really have anything.
I think last time I had used minor illusion to accompany his song.
Okay.
You know.
I can actually think of some good uses for that. So I'll
Well, this is your last chance to get it in before you start.
I'll go to Liberté. I'm like, now I'm thinking of doing a song sort of relevant to what happened today. Do you think you could just do a minor illusion of like a phantom or a shapeshifter as I'm singing about it? You know, just minor figure. You know,
So
just changing. Nothing big.
the illusion cannot transform, but I could cast one and then cast another behind it as I release it, and it might look like it changed.
Yeah, we'll give it a shot. If it doesn't, no harm done. They'll probably be more focused on me, but it adds to the tension.
All right. Go ahead and make your performance check with advantage, Alexander.
All right.
Make it good.
No, I'll do what I want. Performance. Hey, that's pretty good.
Ooh. Wow.
Full house.
25, yes.
Yes.
So as soon as Alexander jumps in, starts using his effects, Liberté starts using minor illusion. What are you singing about, Alexander, as you are singing this tale of your day?
Yeah, so I'll sing a tale of a phantom that goes town to town robbing people for I'm not going to sing it because I can't think of anything, but sort of go and robs people and hands out the wealth to the poor. He's an alright guy, just trying to up his image, and he'll be referred to as the Phantom of the Night.
All right.
Just rocking it out.
Yep. So you've been in this area for a little while now. You've actually picked up a little bit of kind of the local musical stylings. So you are able to pick up on your instrument a lot of the little halfling flair. And it's not long before the entire tavern is kind of cheering along, clapping along with the beat. They seem to be really, really enjoying themselves. As your sparks are going off, Liberté is using illusions to try to make the story happen as you are describing it. You see an individual all clad in black who's kind of like looking around. And then you see an individual who is reaching into the back pocket of somebody before handing it to a beggar. It is a very well-arced story, and the individuals seem to be drinking it up, both literally and figuratively, just having a really, really good evening. I'm assuming that this goes for about a half an hour.
This is
So.
Yeah,
a
it would
rock
be a
opera.
while.
Half an hour long
A
song.
rock opera.
Ballad.
I mean, yeah, no, I'll do a few requests. I'll maybe smash out, Tribute by Tenacious D. Whatever.
All right. Vesper, let's see. Vesper and Jacques, what are you doing while this is going on?
Drinking.
Jacques is at the bar drinking. Vesper, what are you doing?
I know there's no sitting space, so I'm just going to be standing watching the performance.
Okay. Are you standing right by the door, or where are you standing?
Let's see. Where's the, stage again?
Here.
Okay. I'll go over and just stand by the dudes over here. And that's where I am.
Okay. Good to know. Eventually, Alexander, your performance does come to a close. The tavern gives you a rousing round of applause. People are very into it.
I'm bowing, just reveling in the attention, and then I take off my hat and just sort of gesture to everyone, going, "If you like the show, tip the performer. Smash that like button, subscribe, all that good shit."
All right. As you kind of step down off the stage, hat out, Brianna does give you a wink and a very high smile, indicating she approves. You walk around. You get from this entire packed tavern, I will say you get 13 gold and 9 silver.
Hell yeah. Your, mission to save a farmer ain't shit. I earned more than that.
The only reason you get that much is because you performed really well. You played what was an interesting take on a classic from this region, so they really appreciated that. And it is packed. So you didn't get 13 gold and then 9 silver. That's what you get the equivalent of.
Right. And I'll go to Taz and Liberté that helped me out, and I'll give them 2 gold each, and be like, "Thanks for the help, guys." Everyone earns their keep in Alexander and the boys.
We still gotta workshop that name a little.
I'm keeping it.
All right. Your performance has ended. It is now getting into the actual nighttime. There is just a little bit of orange still in the sky, although it is mostly dark. You all are free to do what you will.
Now, I can't remember. Did I win the argument and get to keep the cards? I feel like we're at a bit of a standstill.
To my recollection, Taz agreed to that deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
You get the cards.
Heck yes.
You're not allowed to use them on us unless we
fine.
ask you to.
You have to draw it yourself. It's fine. All right.
Is that? Wait, let me
But
read that description.
Taz has the pearl, right?
Yeah.
It's more of a communal item, but he does have it for the moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we could both use Identify. I just prefer not to.
To may draw one. Yeah, they have to draw it. Okay, it can't be used on somebody. They have to draw the card.
Correct.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I mean, I could use Command, but I don't have that. But that could be funny.
I was just thinking that.
Like in combat, I use Suggestion to make somebody draw a card.
And it makes them stronger.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that'll be the one time that it backfires. I mean,
you become an ancient red dragon.
Yeah, well, that's fine. after the performance, I actually wanted to duck out of the tavern to see how busy it is outside. Specifically, more around like the job board area.
Around the job board specifically, if you kind of duck out for a couple minutes and then come back, it's not super busy. There seems to be mostly people, and it's interesting now with this many people coming into town for the festival. There are people who are just kind of setting up next to their stalls and carts, just kind of sleeping out in the open, just so they can be there for the start of the festival in the morning. So there's people all around, but it's not like they're up and doing things. Most people seem to be settling down for the evening. If you actually go up to the jobs poll itself, there aren't any new entries.
Okay, but is there any? There's not a whole lot of people specifically around that job board, though.
Not really, no.
Okay, so I'm gonna duck off into a corner. I'm gonna use my hat of disguise to change into a cloaked figure. Just dark black cloak over me. And then I'm gonna take out my ink and my paper. Just while I'm still hiding. Do you want me to roll stealth, or doesn't really matter?
Are you trying to be stealthy about it?
I'm trying to be stealthy.
Okay, go ahead and make a stealth check. There's a lot of people around you.
I'm ducking into like an alley or something. Oh, that's with advantage.
Are you referring to like to change yourself, or when you actually go to hang the?
Oh, I'm gonna hang something, but I still need to write it. So I'm gonna go duck into an alley. I'm going to change my form, and then I'm gonna write a note out.
Okay,
and then I'm gonna come back.
I don't think you need a stealth check for that necessarily.
Right.
If you go into like a deserted alleyway, you don't need to make a stealth check, because you can just get into the alley, change your form, and that's that. So
that's good, because that was an 8. So I'm gonna do that, because that was what I meant. And I'm gonna go in there, and I am going to write a note on the paper saying the Phantom of the Night will return, and I will then use my dagger that I have to cut onto my hand and just smear blood on the bottom of it, and then I'll take the dagger and I'll put it into the job board. That I can do stealthy or whatever.
That's what's holding the note?
Yeah.
Okay. Make a... Are you attempting for the note to be intimidating?
I'm just putting it in there as just a general note to everyone in the town, because obviously everyone kind of knows what happened today. So,
okay, make a performance check.
No worries. Do that. Hell yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, so I'll slam it in there, and then I'll just disappear off into the night.
25 performance check.
Hell yeah.
And
I forgot to say that.
People watch you do it. They see you stab the dagger in, but no one like follows you after you walk away.
No, that's fine.
They don't think anything of it immediately.
Mm-hmm. That's all I need. It's just there for tomorrow, or just guards to find or something.
Eventually, Alexander comes back into the tavern. What is everyone else doing?
I'm actually thinking about the deck of cards, but more the name of the Arcanist.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to recall if I would have read something about him. I'm not sure if that's like a history check, or is that an Arcana check, or a straight up intelligence check, or...
Gonna be a history check.
Okay.
He's your old neighbor.
My goodness. Natural 20.
Paying back for the natural ones.
See? You just wanted to save them.
You know there's other numbers on the dice though, right? It's not a coin.
Okay. So, you actually have read a couple of items about Mr. Kuthot. First of all, you do know that he is a very famous arcanist, known to be the creator of numerous magic items, such as the Deck of Deliverance. You don't know the specifics of any, but you know that he was an individual who liked to push the boundaries of magic and create items that were interesting and out there. Not necessarily for good or evil, he just liked to create magical items. He was one of the individuals who founded the Unterpog Academy in Preet. And the Unterpog Academy has been around for hundreds of years. So he has not been around for a while, as far as you are aware. Let me see, what else do you get with a natural 20?
So Liberté is from Preet. So so go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm trying to decide what else you get with a 20, so go ahead.
Oh yeah, no. So Liberté, the cards were created by the arcanist who founded the Unterpog Academy. Have you been there or heard of it, or have you heard of other items from there?
I think I need to do a history check then.
Based on your background, you would know of the Unterpog Academy. Unterpog is the current capital of Preet. Preet itself is a country that has seen many wars, many revolutions. It's like ancient China, where it gets together, then it breaks up into factions, and then it gets back together, and then separates off into two. Nope, back together, it breaks up again. Currently, Preet is a whole location. Recently, they defended their independence within the last decade from the Saluba Kingdom. And Liberté, you would know based on your past and who you interacted with, you would know of the Unterpog Academy as the top of the line place for magical education. It is basically a wizard's paradise.
How close is Unterpog to Iridan?
It is not very.
Okay.
Unterpog is near Stratstrar Bay in the Highlands, whereas Iridian is near the northern coast in the lowland. It's on the other side of the Sentinel Mountains.
And do they only accept wizards at the academy?
I would say you do not know that, Liberté. But based on the fact that it is a school of magic, you would assume that anyone who shows magical prowess would likely be accepted.
So did Chultat have a particular school of magic that he liked to create these items, or?
With a natural 20, I will say he did not have a particular school. He was very much a dabbler in all arts that he could find. He was very much I have an idea that no one's tried before. I want to do it, and I want to make it work. So I'm going to focus all my energy until I make it work.
And what's his most famous item?
I would say you don't know. It's not that in-depth, what you've read.
Well, then I'm glad I took some time to think about it.
About this time, I'll say you're back, Alexander.
Do we notice?
All right. So what are we doing?
I would say, yeah, he didn't try to leave stealthily, so you saw him walk out for a few minutes and then come back.
Is he still in disguise?
No, I would have dropped that.
Yeah.
We see his hand.
Yeah, I was gonna hand him the deck of cards. A promise is a promise.
Okay.
Thank you.
Do I notice his hand is bleeding?
Make a... Actually, what's your passive?
11.
I'm going to say no.
Okay.
All right, so on to Eric the farmer's house.
Well, do we want to do that tonight and miss the kickoff of the festival, or do we want to do that tomorrow night?
How badly
When
do
we're
you guys
well-rested.
want to visit this festival? Like, real
I've never
reason?
been.
Huh.
I've never been to one either, ever.
Same here. Never been to one, but I don't really care about it.
I can make a lot of money on that day, so I'd say that's pretty up there for me. But you know,
That's the
it's up to you
only.
guys.
Hmm.
I mean, yeah, but I'm a traveling performer. I mean, what else do you do on those days?
Well, you make sense, but
Mm.
But
Alexander needs his boys. Actually, he doesn't. The boys need Alexander. Let's be honest. But yeah,
I suppose it would be better to approach the farmer in daylight.
Well, we're going to
And
have the same problem again tomorrow.
yeah, because I've still got to perform here tomorrow night. So
well, no, because we can actually go after the festival, but before the sun is down, get back here. We can visit the farmer after we've seen the festival. Alexander can perform, then we can go back to the farm, and the farmer knows that we're actually coming.
okay, that works.
and
Wait,
hopefully the farmer can point out where these scarecrow are.
oh, it's in 2 days. I thought it was tomorrow.
No, the festival is 2 days long.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I'll be honest, I'm looking forward to finding these things than I am to the festival.
Same.
Yeah, if we miss one festival day, we'll be around for the second one. I don't.
Oh, I mean, okay, but I want in on the payment that you guys get from this because I'm missing out on a little bit of time. But
Oh,
as long as we do that, I think we're all right.
So we finish whatever we need to do here first and then head out. I mean,
Okay. Well, yeah, no, I'm good to go there tonight. Then that's fine.
Everyone else okay?
let's just make the decision. Let's go tonight.
Right.
Yeah, let's
Tonight?
go tonight and then just come back tomorrow.
Let's just go. And whatever happens, happens.
That's good.
all right. Honestly, I am excited.
We'll have to be there at
find
nighttime
some.
anyway.
Time to find some crow scares.
Okay. Alexander, do you want to light the way?
Sure, I can do that. What colors would you prefer the lights to be?
Pink.
I can do that.
All right. You all head out of the Hungry Halfling, head on into the evening, set out on the southeastern road, heading towards Eric's house. Pink lights lighting the way.
Yep. Dancing lights scattering around us.
Renewing it as often as you need to.
Yep.
What all would you like to do?
Look for a farm that we've never been to in the absolute darkness.
Hell yeah.
Keeping our eyes open
Yeah, probably
and ears.
I want to keep an eye out for any I don't know, bandits or any creatures coming at us.
Okay. Make a perception check.
I did
Oh, okay.
13.
You keep a watch. There doesn't seem to be any creatures or anything around. On your way out of town, you do pass a few stragglers who are still heading into Dunalin for the festival tomorrow. Unfortunately, they are probably not going to find a room. But that's on them. As soon as you get outside of town, you start passing many farms. This is a farming community. There are going to be many farmhouses.
Oh shoot.
How many people did we walk past that were straggling into the?
Not a
into the
ton.
city?
Not a
Okay.
ton. Maybe, 2 or 3, group of 5 every 10 minutes or so. It's not like super often.
Are
Don't
they
worry about it.
lots of baggage with them, or is this more locals coming into the town?
It's a mix. Some people do seem to have wares they are wanting to eventually sell. Some have horses leading a cart. Others, it is just them and themselves.
Maybe we could be the bandits.
So where does
yes.
where does the contract say that the farm is?
It doesn't.
Yeah,
Yeah, we were just told an hour.
the contract itself does not have specific directions.
What?
We're passing farmhouses, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
By, like, close to the road.
Some are close, some are farther.
To the ones that are close, is there any that have, like, lights on that we could maybe go up and ask if they know where Eric lives?
Make a perception check.
Got it.
I mean, I was assuming that the contract told us where the house was, so I don't think I would have just left town without figuring out where it is.
Well, we're winging it now.
Yeah,
I asked specifically in the office, and the only directions that we were given was an hour southeast of town.
Which is why I assumed it was in the contract. Because he would have been more specific. I mean, we asked where it was, and he wasn't more specific. I mean, that's...
No, because if you recall, he asked somebody else for the directions. He himself did not know.
Hmm.
8.
you look around the farmhouses around you in this specific area. You're probably 20, 25 minutes outside of town. You don't immediately see one with lights on. There's no lanterns hanging. There's no lights on the inside. Everyone seems to be settling down, at least in this area.
And how long have we been traveling?
About 20, 25 minutes.
Oh, okay. So we'll just keep going.
I don't want to. This is ridiculous. If we don't know where it is, what are we doing?
He said it was an hour out, so if we go there, maybe we could figure out from there.
Yeah, is it 50 minutes or 70?
Worst case, we exercised our dinner off.
You guys got dinner? No. No. I'm just happy to keep going. Like, if we got to camp out, we got to camp out.
We go an hour out.
Camping out.
No one could kill me anyway.
These creatures don't sound natural, so I could perhaps detect them if we get farther away where the general area that's supposed to be in. Maybe that could help.
Ah, that helps. We got a homing beacon.
This is, of course, assuming that they're unnatural or evil or whatever.
Well, they sound pretty angry. So, step in the right direction. Oh, and I want to, when we get out of town to a decent amount, I'll poof out Charles, and I'll have him with me. And I'll just sort of look at him, and I'm like, well, I'm sorry, you're a criminal. Like, what do you want?
What are his crimes?
So, Alexander, I'm curious. Can he be something else that's less conspicuous than a black cat that was known to have assisted whoever attempted to murder the town guard?
I mean, look, I don't know how relevant the cat is to the story. There was definitely no cat in my song, so like, as far as I'm concerned, I'm writing the lore on this. So, yeah, no, I think he's okay. I think I'll leave him as is. I just sort of like poof him around when I need him, and if not, then he can just sort of hang out. And whenever we're just not being watched, he can come out. He probably can change into other stuff, but he doesn't like it. And frankly, if he don't like it, I don't like it.
Okay.
How long have you had him?
I've had him, probably upwards of 10 years.
Is he that old, or was he...
Well, visibly, you could probably look at him and he probably looks like a cat that's about 1 or 2 years old. He's not an old-looking boy at all.
Are we seeing any lights or anything more as we're walking further down the road?
You don't see any lights on in houses. You are still passing it people every now and then. though those are getting less and less frequent the farther out you are getting from town.
Are the people that were passing, do they look like they're farm folk, I suppose?
Most do. They seem to
Okay.
have worn clothes, a hardened expression, maybe a little tired, but excited for tomorrow.
I'll sort of shift one of my lights over to one of them and I'll be like, hey, can you just answer a question for me quick?
You see a rather short halfling, probably a little bit on the younger side. Sure. How can I help you?
Actually, I have no idea what the question I have to ask. I'll just push you over to these guys. So who are we looking for, guys?
Eric the farmer.
Do you know where Eric's farm is?
You guys looking for Eric?
Yes, we are.
Why are you looking for Eric? Seems a bit random.
Oh, we're here to help him out with his harvesting just before the festival. We just figured we'd pop out and try and smash it out before tomorrow.
He gives you a real curious look. Not sure why Eric would be wanting help with harvesting in the middle of the night.
Alexander comes with lights.
Yeah, like, you know, it's an added inclusion. It's just part of my service.
Plants are harvested at night.
You do seem to be magic, so maybe you got that going for you, I guess. Yeah, Eric's place is you keep going, maybe another half an hour or so. Look for the place with all the freaking lights on, paranoid bastard.
All right, that makes it easy. Thank you for your help.
Paranoid?
Yeah, you would be too if your freaking scarecrow came to life every night.
Scarecrow.
Did the scarecrows attack people? Like, it would be understandable if he is paranoid.
The halfling kind of shrugs. I don't know, just what I've been hearing.
Is a scarecrow the same thing as a crow scare?
I don't know what that is, but you people are weirding me out. I'm gonna walk away now, and he just starts walking off.
Thank you!
Okay, but I'm taking my light back.
Hmm.
All right.
All right.
I'll head down the road half an hour. I don't really have anything else to do at this point.
And look for a house with lots of lights on.
Yep. So you walk down the road for another half an hour or so. Eventually, you see the lights before you see the house. There is a farmhouse that is fairly well lit on the outside. There are a number of lanterns hanging. Most seem to be centered around a patch of farm field off in the distance.
Okay, Captain Charming.
Oh, that's me.
Let's move.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure, no worries. I'll keep a lookout for any spooky, scary scarecrows if I can. I'll just sort of like flourish my lights over anywhere that seems a bit dim or whatever.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay.
Can I as well?
Sure.
So, Jacques, you also have light?
That's all right.
Yeah, I just cast light on my
That's an
blade.
18.
You guys don't see any living scarecrows. Do start to walk up toward what looks to be a decent looking farmhouse. It's not too big and it's not in the most pristine of shape, but it does seem to be holding its own resolute against the elements and keeping this farm afloat. You are walking up the path when you actually hear a voice call out to you. Who goes there?
We've been sent by Lieutenant Carver. He awarded us a contract to come assist you with your scarecrow issue. And I sort of take the contract out and can we come say hello? Closer?
Sure. Wait on the porch. And looking up, you guys now see up on the actual roof. There's like a little balcony, and you see a little halfling up on top who's got a crossbow in his hands, and he's been staring out into the farm field, and he kind of was looking over, seeing the lights as you guys approached, and he walks inside.
Okay.
Vesper, would now be a good time for you to do your thing?
Right, yes. Alright.
You use your divine sense to try to sense out any strong celestials, fiends, or undead within 60 feet. And you currently do not sense any.
Okay.
He's crazy.
Eventually, a couple minutes go by, you hear and the door opens, and you see a rather stout-looking halfling. Weathered clothes, overalls, jeans, kind of a tuft of blonde hair, a little bit of a goatee going on. Lieutenant Carver sent you.
Yes, he did. He indicated to us that you might need some assistance.
I do. It's out there. Go get it.
What is out there? How many are out there?
Well, I guess. What did he tell you?
Not much.
Called them crow scares, which tells you a lot.
Bastard. Well, give you a quick summary. It's been happening for probably a few weeks now. My scarecrow that's out in the bean patch seems to move at night. I thought it was just a trick of my eyes for a while, but then I started noticing that certain crops were being destroyed in the middle of the night. So I actually stayed up, and it sort of came after me. It just got up and started walking. I really don't know what's going on. So I went to the lieutenant. He's the only person who I figured might know what was going on, and they said they'd figure out a way to deal with it, but they haven't yet. So
It only moves at night?
yeah, as far as I can tell, hasn't happened during the day.
Every night?
Most nights I try to not think about it and sleep, but it's kind of hard.
Are you sure this is the same one that you had before?
It appears to be. It looks the same every morning, just like I made it.
During the day, have you actually tried to take it down and burn it?
No. Should I?
I don't know.
Well, that's a good point. Well, don't worry. Alexander and the boys are here to deal with it, and we'll cross this one off for you real quick.
Right.
I poked it with a stick and it didn't move, so I don't know.
Hmm.
And it always returns to the same spot that it should be in?
Yeah, it's always hung up every morning, just like it should be.
Can I Arcana check or something what I know about inanimate objects that begin to move?
Make an Arcana check.
Can I make an insight to see if this
Sure.
guy's like insane?
Yeah, go ahead and make an insight. Liberté, you know of magics that can animate objects. Most of this group has a rather close experience with that over the last few weeks or so.
Hmm.
Jacques, he seems to be telling the truth.
All right.
So, in these kind of circumstances, what would Gothrak do?
He would go and break it.
Yeah, he'll probably charge. He'll probably rage and charge right.
How much destruction is acceptable?
You're asking the farmer?
Yes.
Of destruction of what?
I
Your
don't
crops.
know. Your crops.
Can we perhaps
The
move
scarecrow?
it?
I mean, to be fair, I haven't touched it myself. Like I said, all I did was poke it with a stick and it didn't move. In terms of my crops, I would really prefer you not damage them.
They're kind of what I use to live and make money.
I'm not
So,
saying it would be on purpose, but I'm saying that if it comes down to me hitting this thing with some fire to kill it, and maybe that damaging some crops, I need to know what you would prefer me to do.
well, I guess if at the end of the day you're solving the problem, that's okay, because in the long term it'd save me. So,
You have my word that I will be careful.
What time of the night does it normally animate?
uh, I don't really know when it's dark. It's never happened when it's been light out.
How many scarecrows do you even have up?
Is it just
Currently,
the one?
yeah, I just got the one.
All right. And what
How
is this?
far from the house is it?
Based on the positioning of the lights, you would guess that it's probably 150, 200 feet up.
Has it ever come close to your house?
Not that I know of. The one time that I went out at night, it seemed to kind of shamble after me, but I just up and ran. And when by the time I got back here, I wasn't close to it anymore. I'm not sure what it did after that.
So we have to meet it in the field then.
So what direction?
Yeah, he points you out to the field. It's that one over there.
Straight ahead.
So, Alexander, how far do your lights go?
That's a good question. I don't think it's that far from me.
It can be a total of 120 feet away, but each light has to be within 20 feet of another.
Okay. Well, I'll just throw the lights. Are we 120 feet away from the field? Probably not.
No, we can walk that, and then you can.
I know. It was just like
Send your lights out,
I
and
could just.
Jacques has his sword
My
lit
light.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Draw my sword and
Alright.
let my blade up.
Let's
Let's
take
do
a
it.
look.
Let's do this
Let's
thing.
move out.
Well, thank you guys. I really appreciate this. You don't need my help, do you?
No.
Good. As soon as he says that, he walks in, shuts the door, and starts locking all the locks.
I like him.
I'll take front. Anyone else want to follow?
I'll stay near you. Maybe I can negotiate.
So Vesper, you use a great sword?
And I like put a hand on my sword at my side.
Okay. Just Jacques, she might need some room to operate, so
I'm not planning to engage.
okay. Okay, you seem very anxious to get out there and hit something. Okay.
I'll just suggest. I'm like, we don't have to get too close to it. I do have an agent that I can send to check it out, and I'll hold up Charles. I'm like, we could deploy him.
What
and
if he gets
could
hurt?
check it out. Yeah, he'll be right.
I'm also an idiot. I made a map for this, and I completely forgot to move you guys.
I was wondering about that. It's like we've been in the tavern this entire time.
It's all an illusion. Boy, that was some really strong alcohol.
There you go. I just moved you all to just outside the farmhouse.
Oh, cool.
Nice. I'm so excited. I want to slap a scarecrow so bad.
You all begin to head out towards the field. Go
Can I
ahead.
make a perception check just to see if anyone's or any movement
Go ahead and make a
or
perception check.
footsteps?
Yeah.
Movement. Oh my god.
Nope. Sorry.
8.
Yep. Your own light is kind of blinding you a little bit, and you have to like put your arm out and let your eyes readjust to the dark for a sec, and then try to look, but you don't see anything. So you all set out from Eric's front door, heading out towards his bean patch, as he called it. And I think that is a decent spot to end for tonight.